Santos in the chaos, the former government crippled by overspending and inability to repay loans. Oh my God. What is a black screen? It's not letting me get in. It's not letting me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nope. They got. Wait a minute. Fucking pronouns. Fucking pronouns. Bethesda. Fucking pronouns. Woke California shit. Woke California fucking pronouns. Non-binary shit. Michael Jordan has a message for you. Let's see.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about. Kids. Kids are the reason McDonald's sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18, you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it.
It's so funny because he just has like an absolutely crippling gambling addiction. Like him doing an anti-addiction ad is funny in that. Is 911 scuffed? Oh God, there's already fucking comments. Oh God. Oh fuck. Okay. I don't know what kind of. I don't know if I should do like the Irish character with Will right now. Like get started on it. You know what I mean? Like Donny O'Sullivan. I can do or you could do an Irish character. Maybe. Irish character who or we could just do Hank Pecker. I mean, it's a classic. Just get a feel for the controls. I'm so scared. I'm gonna sit on this fucking menu for a while, I think. Oh my God. I have a question. Why do you consider yourself not in media if a lot of what you do is advocacy and research journalism? What? No, don't put up a fucking vote. Mods might put up a vote, but I'm not going to put this up for vote. No, we already have New Jersey persona. We already have a New Jersey persona. His name is Berto Antonio Donato Pecorino. Set a timer for 1 hour. Don't get sucked in. We know it's scary. Do a Turkish persona? No. Turkish is not good because it's not like accessible. Like people will not understand it at all. You've got to change that year away from 2005, brother. Make a Yakuza character. That would be sick. Except it would be racist. Like, people would get mad at me if I made like a... Be a Hamas guy, you can live in the new tunnels? No, man, I can't do fucking politics shit like that. The fuck do you mean? I'm gonna... Okay. Okay, I kind of like the Yakuza thing. No, Donnie O'Sullivan, who is a real fucking guy I know in the real world, okay? I am 32 years old. What the fuck? How do I... Oh, years right here. But I'm also... I've channeled my... I'm Donnie O'Sullivan. Okay. I like that the name is Donnie. Not Donnie, Donnie. Which I will be correcting people on whenever they say, oh, do you mean like... Oh, shit. Shit, hold on. Be the only white guy in the Yakuza? Yes. My name is Donnie O'Sullivan. I'm 32 years old. I'm Irish. But also, don't do a real person? No, it's not a real person. My name is Donnie O'Sullivan. I'm Irish. But also at the same time, I'm a big Yakuza fan. And a fucking weeb who hates being a weeb. I'm actually from Hold on. It's just you but Irish? Okay, well, it's got to be a little bit like me. All right. On the birthday, what day should my day of birth be? I'm thinking it should be May 5th. No, not 9/11. Not 9/11. May 5th. You know, Monkey D. Luffy's birthday as well. The same time that he was born. Or we could do January 6th. That's fine as well. Maybe. January 6th. No. Not January 6th. I don't know how I'm going to fucking pick up. I don't know how I'm going to do an Irish accent the entire time. Because I don't think my Irish accent is that good. I feel like my Irish accent is not that good. My Italian American is way better. Make him from Boston so you can revert to an easy accent when you get tired. No. It's not, but you didn't sound the potty be from Boston or only pretending anyway. Right, but the problem is I can't do a fucking Boston accent either. The only thing I got from Boston is, all right, is this guy. The only way I could talk like with a Boston accent, all right, is if this is how I talk, all right? How are ya? That's terrible. It's like fake. It's fucking fake. Bill Burr. Barely good. It's like a fucking mixture between Ed Markey, Bill Burr, and Marky Mark. Also, I feel like if I fucking talk like this the entire time, at a certain point, I'd be losing my fucking voice. Don, just remember that your family loves you. Just do Hank and save the Irish for Will. You said so racist in your Boston voice. You mean I sound racist? All right, let's see. Let's see what the customization offerings are nowadays. Seems to me like a lot has changed. Oh, lordy. We got a real looker. We got a real fucking looker right here. All right, what the fuck is a face skin? What is a face skin? Expand. Here's face one. All right, these faces look like absolute dog shit. Oh, I've got a fucking alien head here. Not good. Not good at all. Not fucking good at all. All right. 1 second, 1 moment. Let me try and play something for you. Let me try and play something for you. Right? 1 moment. All right. What the fuck did I used to play? Back in the day, I used to. All right, we'll do some soothing Irish music with beautiful scenery of Ireland, peaceful Celtic music, scenic relaxation. That seems like a good. That seems like a jolly good time to me. There's a lot of heads in here. A lot of heads. All of them ugly. I can do specific customization on the bone structure. A little bit of tavern music, right? What the fuck is skin 2? What the fuck does that mean? I don't understand it. What's face 1 and skin 1? What are the differences? I personally don't understand it. Let's randomize. Let's see what the fuck we get when we randomize the face. Just an FYI, it's a hard C in Celtic. Whatever. There's much pain in the lands, but not in this tavern. Oh, it's the Grand Theft Auto. Well, what do you mean? There's 3 parents? You can use 3 different parents. This is such a confusing process. Oh, wait. Or you can just take this and lower the face mix to 0. Who the fuck is that guy? You'll say. I'm going to keep randomizing. He's not Italian because he's not supposed to be Italian. He's Irish. He's fucking Irish. Oh, my nose is broken from a bar fight. Got a bit of a bone twist to it. Got no fucking chin. Wait, Protestant or Catholic? The fuck do you think? I only play Catholic characters. Umberto Antonio Donato is a Catholic Italian man. And so is this Irishman. Catholic all the way. Default blemishes, aging, complexion default, sun damages default. Alright, let's look at the hair. Eyebrows. Oh, we need those bushy brows. Fucking bushy brows. Like such. What the fuck? Why the fuck is this happening? It's already broken. Oh, I forgot. This is how you do it. The arms are separate from the jacket. And then you gotta fix the arms later. Right. This is how you do it. And then you find separate arms. Of course. How could I forget? How could I fucking forget? What the fuck is this? There's an X. I guess it's not available. What am I doing? Why is his face like this? Does any of this matter? I don't know what the fuck happened with his face. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with the face. Slowly starting to look like someone though. Slowly starting to look like a person. We just need to add hair. And then once we add some hair and we add a little bit of color, auburn, like a ginger. Or black. Once we add a little bit of hair, facial hair, things will start looking a little bit more dapper, right? All right. A little bit of facial hair here. Increase the opacity. Right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's take a look. What kind of facial hair can we give this man? Oh my lord. Do personally love this specific type of beard structure. It's very much for me. This is the old Umberto Antonio Donato Pecorino beard. Maroon. I'll say it. I'll fucking say it. Maroon. Right? Am I saying it right? Voices in my head. Am I saying Maroon right? I don't know. Maroon! What do you fucking want from me? I'm doing the best I got. Doing my fucking very best here. I'm looking like I've... I look like a Peaky fucking Blinder now. Bit of a Peaky fucking Blinder cut. What the fuck is this? That's not a haircut. Give the hair more texture. Give the hair more fade. What the fuck? That's a terrible fade. No. No. A terrible fucking fade. That's the Nick Pollum fade. Not good. Not fucking good. Not good at all. Highlight color. You can have highlights in this. Oh fuck. Imagine the opportunities. Alright, that's the hair. That's the beard. That's the eyebrows. Now we're gonna fix up the skin. Complexion. Or can't tell if this is freckles or just simply why do I look like a fucking... Why do I look like a leper? Alright, that's age too far. No, we're gonna do default. No aging. No aging for me, brother. Alcohol damage. That's right. Here's some moles and freckles for you. No, the freckles are too hard. Too much. Too much frecklage. This is not real. This is not how real Irishmen look like. That's way too many freckles. Oh, maybe lower the opacity. And then we can play a little bit of ball. That's right. Nice little cloudier. Lower the fucking opacity. And all of a sudden, we've got something good going on. Of course, we're going to need to put some chest hair on him. Alright, let me fix the body up first. Let me make him naked. Let me make him as naked as possible. Alright, fucking no undershirt. How do I delete the undershirt? How do I delete the fucking jacket? I don't want the jacket. I don't want a jacket. Oh! That happened by pure accident. How the fuck did I arrive at the classic jacket? I don't even know. I don't know how. What a classic that is. I feel like I need no undershirt. How do I find no undershirt? How do I delete the undershirt? I do not want an undershirt. I want to fucking see the chest hair. Oh. -1. No. No, it's not working. 15? Take the shirt icon at the top. All right, nice. Well, regardless, I don't want this shite. I don't want this shite. What the fuck is that? That's a belly shirt. Undershirt is 15 up top. Nice. Thank you, chatter. Very nice. All right, we've got it. We've got it. On the jacket front, let's take a look at the arms and gloves. Expand on it. Arms and gloves. There it is. All right. What the back side? But the back side is a problem. All right. There it is. There it is. Nice. We fixed it up real good. Fixed it up real good. Accessories. Let's find a hat for our man. At the bottom of each section, there's custom clothes, just FYI. Where's the balaclava? That's what I need to find right now. The fucking balaclava. Oh, that's a nice one too. Yes, the balaclava is the hat of the Irish. Or Ushanka. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Can't find it, balaclava. No balaclavas. What the fuck is going on? Masks, you think? Right. I need a newsboy cap. That's what I need. What the hell is this? Alright, I won't wear a hat. No hat for me. Take a look at the glasses though. Maybe we can find something in here. That's cool. The fuck is that? Looking like Harry Potter. Alright, no glasses either. Fuck it. No maybe this one? No. No glasses. Hassan, a wrestler, called you out on Twitter? Who the fuck? Got some watches on her. Conor McGregor wants your ass. Oh, good luck to him then. Bracelets? No, I don't want any bracelets. Fuck it. No bracelets. Alright, clothing. Clothing. Look at the pants then. Oh my god, those are fucking absolutely dastardly pants. Should I just dress up like Kazuma Kiryu? My favorite character. Because remember, I do have a favorite here. Ultimately, I do want to look like my favorite. I do want to look like my favorite character. Don't know if I can find all the things to wear, right? I guess I'd need some fancy pants. But also, I'd need to make sure that these fancy pants are actually grey or white. Not like this either. Like actually a suit pant. Oh! Much like this. As a matter of fact. Let's say these are the pants. Let's find some better shoes as well. In which point I would need to... The Dragon of Belfast. That's right. That's right. Donny O'Sullivan, Dragon of Belfast. How can I get Yakuza tattoos? I don't think I can get tattoos on my body. Only blemishes. It seems I can only get blemishes on the body and not actual tattoos on the body. Motherfucker's just making it extra wide Donnie. Hold on now. Hold on. There's more to it. There's more to it. How about you chill out? How about you cool your fucking jets, lad? How about you cool your fucking jets? Alright. Let's see if there's something we can do about it. Maybe a big open chest. A shirt with a big open chest, right? That's possible. It has to be. It's not that complicated, right? Scroll to the bottom of the jackets. I have. And I haven't found nothing. Nothing. Only this, right? Why is there nothing? Why is there nothing with a big open neckline? This one's got a big open neckline. Oh! This is it. This is actually it. Alright. Seems I found it. Seems I found it. Alright, now to find a jacket. On top of that, this was the undershirt, right? Alright, let's expand on the jackets then. I'm trying to make Kazuma Kiryu. Chatters. I am trying to make Kazuma Kiryu my favorite character, who's not a character but a historical figure in real life. Alright? The man, the myth, the dragon himself. Just like Kazuma Kiryu was the dragon of Tokyo or wherever. I am the dragon of Dublin. And I will rise to the top of the crime families. Yeah, I saw the sides of the pants. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on now. Hold your fucking horses. Go all the way down in jackets for custom server asset clothes. Wait a moment. That's the white. That works. That fucking works. Tojo's fourth chairman. Tojo's fourth chairman. That's right. That's fucking right. No gloves, just arms. Hairy ass arms. As a matter of fact. Wait a minute. Wait a moment. Alright, there it is. Got the chest out. Alright, now to fix the fucking pants. Now we must fix the fucking pants. Alright then. Time to fix the pants. Chatters. Make sure you're taking a mental note of the pants as well. Trousers. Yes, I'm going to try and fix my complexion. Make sure it's more Irish. Wait, is the shirt red? Kazuma Kiryu. Oh, the shirt is supposed to be red. That's right. What the fuck have I done? What the fuck have I done? I just realized I have the reverse beard of Kazuma Kiryu. Kazuma Kiryu's got the beard. I've got the reverse facial hair of his. Oh no, wrong thing. Right, that's supposed to be white. But the undershirt, that's supposed to be red. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me there's no red undershirt. How the fuck is there no red undershirt? How is that possible? Alright, I guess this is the closest we're gonna get to the fucking... Alright, we'll go with the green then. Fuck it. Alright, let's look at the shoes then. Kazuma Kiryu's got some white shoes. What the fuck is this music, lads? What the absolute fuck are we listening to? Amazing Grace? What the fuck is that? Some kind of fucking Christmas shite. Are we listening to some Christmas music? What about green or orange for Ireland? No. It's a Catholic hymn. You're right. I've desecrated the honor of my ancestors. Alright, you know what? Maybe we'll do the black and white shoes, like the tuxedo dancing shoes. Doesn't seem like there's any white shoes that I can wear with this suit, right? Change the color of the dress shoes. You can't. It won't let me. I can only change the color of these dress shoes. Oh, these dress shoes. Right. Nice! You're right. Now I got the white shoes on too. Just like Kazuma Kiryu. My favorite character. There's got to be a fucking undershirt out there that you can turn red. No. There's got to be. No. Maybe 69 is the best one we've got. I could wear the tartan. You know his suit is grey, right? Shut the fuck up. Mr. Cosmic here, his suit is fucking grey. How about you shut your fucking... How about you shut your fucking garb? How about that? You fucking bastard. Talking to me about what kind of fucking suit color. Try making 47 red or it won't let me. It's got 9 colors and red's not one of them. 69 it is. $69 it is. Pink. Alright then. What am I doing? Huh. Okay. We're going with white. All right. All right. Oh, shite. What the fuck have I done? That's not right. Why did I do that? I've lost it. I've lost it. Oh, all right. Perfect. I've got it back. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Now to fix the fucking face up, lads. I don't know how to do it. Don't know how to customize the face. Stop moving, Donnie. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, these eyes look fucking creepy. How big these fucking eyes are. I need to make more. I need to give him a longer chin. Jaw is absolutely out of fucking control. Maxed out on the fucking bone height. Give him a bigger jaw. Must do it. And a thicker neck. The thickest possible neck. What are we thinking? Does this look like the type of guy you'd want to fuck with? An absolute man. Big fan of the Yakuza franchise. I don't know how to make him wider. I want to, but I don't know how to make him wider. Chat. Doesn't look Irish at all. What the fuck do you know about what Irishman look like? The fuck do you know about this chatter? Do you know what a fucking Irishman looks like? My name is Donald O'Sullivan. How fucking dare you? How dare you? It's under skin? No, it's not. Skin only shows you complexion. And blemishes. Nothing else. What the fuck? Oh, he's got to have scars. He's got to have scars. What? Sent you a DM if that's cool. What is this? Oh, I mean, I can ask. I can't do cauliflower ear. How'd he get the fucking scar? You never ask a man about how he got the fucking scar. How dare you? How fucking dare you? You never ask a man that. That's a bullshit ass question. That's a bullshit question. How dare you? I want my jaw go further. He's got no fucking jaw. It's weird, right? Am I crazy? It's like he's got no jaw. Right, this looks like he's on Ozempic. Tweak the jawbone. There it is. Make him ginger. I'm going to make him fucking ginger. You fucking bastards. You fucking bastards. I wanted to make him at least not the most stereotypical Irish man you've ever fucking seen. But no, everyone in the chat is like, no, make him fucking ginger. Make him fucking ginger. You should give him tattoo too. I can't give him a fucking tattoo. I want to, but I can't. Fuck you. I'm starting to look like Shanks from One Piece. His hair is not realistic, which is why I want it to go with a fucking different highlight, different color altogether. There's no way to lower the opacity on the hair color. It's in makeup? No, that's just straight makeup on your face. You're wrong. You're wrong, chatter. What's new? Another fucker who's just straight up wrong. As always, just wrong. Right, facial hair. Time to change that up a little bit too. I mean, I can give him the Kazuma Kiryu facial hair all together. Make him a fucking Irish Kazuma Kiryu. Maybe. Change his hair up a little bit too. Change it up all together. And just... Oh my god. That's not the Kazumi hair, is it? No. Oh, he looks so fucking bad. Oh, you love it. He looks so fucking bad. Wait a minute. Why can't I have the dreads? What the fuck is going on? Did I break the system? I'm bald! Oh no. I'm forced to be bald. Unless I go back to the old hairstyles. No! It won't show me. It won't show me what my beautiful hair would look like. What the fuck? For the love of God, change those thick-ass lips. Why the fuck would I change those thick-ass lips? I love my luscious thick-ass lips. How the fuck do you do? Make the head smaller. Fuck you. Alright, I'm gonna look back at this. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like the beard. Let's see. Or hair fade. The beard. Can change his skin tone in the first menu. No, I can't. I've tried to change the face. I don't want to fuck it up. I don't know why it's got this weird skin mix happening. I don't know why. Oh! Wait a minute. Hold on now. He's getting whiter. Getting whiter by the moment. I don't know how I did it. But now he does look more ginger. He looks like we watch CNN. White skin. Her face too. This is white. And white skin and white face. The fuck do you mean? Pick a white skin and white face. I've done it. Right, shut the fuck up. Shatters! Voices in my head. Stop talking. Stop gabbing! You're not helping. I think I like it. I think I like this. This stupid ass beard. I think I'm a fan of this stupid beard. It's very Seamus. I like it more than I like the other. Stop slabbering. Stop your yapping. Why can't I try these other hairstyles? What the fuck is going on with this? The clothes don't match at all. Yes, that's because I'm Kazuma Kiryu. Alright? Well, I might look like an Irishman with a Peaky fucking Blinders haircut. I'm actually Kazuma Kiryu. Alright. Finalize the character. Let's fucking go. Alright, I don't even know what the fuck to do now. I forgot all the commands. I'm so scared. Oh, what a shitty fucking apartment I've... What a shoddy apartment. Okay, that's a punch. How do we input codes? Oh no. I don't fucking remember. Alright then, first and foremost, at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and if you no longer want to see those fucking ads, all you need to do is subscribe. My name is Donny O'Sullivan. Folks, from this moment onward, you will refer to me as Donny O'Donaldson. I should have named myself Donny O'Donaldson, as a matter of fact. But here's the 3-minute ad break now. And I need to figure out how to fucking get out of here. Alright, E. I need to figure out how to also open doors. Or talk to people. Can't open this door. Seems my apartment is B304. Alright, close that fucking door. Checking audio settings first. Alright, where the fuck? Got $0 in my bank account. Not good at all. Wait, where are the 5M settings? RoboDope, thank you for the 5 get the subs. You can look at keybinds, can you not? Go into settings and check your keybinds. Time Travelers 101. Fuck, I don't remember anything, dude. Audio. Voice chat. Voice chat enabled. Wait, why can't I turn on the voice chat? What the fuck is this? Voice chat output is muted while you're on the screen? Alright. Headphones, output device. Oh, that's fine. Alright, while I'm talking, microphone enabled. Broadcaster, voice activated microphone. Very nice. Alright, you've seen the voice volume. Microphone volume, maybe turn it up a little bit. Right? Alright, can you hear me? Alright, microphone sensitivity. Maybe start it a little bit higher. Right, adjusted. What the fuck was the keybind for push to talk? 5M. Oh my god, look at the fucking keybinds. I forgot all these fucking shit. They're government keybinds, heli keybinds, inventory keybinds, toggle interactions, housing main, housing secondary, open inventory with a K. Local. Open P. Crouch with an X. General use third. Golf swings. Alright, fuck it. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Oh, I'm pointing the things, alright. That points. Very important. Very important to do. I think I'm gonna need something. Oh, you can hear me. Alright. Pops up in green when I do that. Alright, how the fuck do I get out of here then? Alright, requesting the elevator. I've requested it. My character's mouth doesn't move when I talk. Why not? Oh, it does. It does move. What the fuck? How do I turn on my phone? $100. $100 in cash. A citizen's card. Push to talk. How do I do that? How do I do push to talk? Is it in key bindings or is it in audio? Display, graphics, voice chat. I'll push to talk right here. All right. Very good. Turn on the volume too. All right, fucking hell. Voice chat, push to talk. Where are the keybinds for that? Where are the fucking keybinds for that? Text chat, everyone. Text chat team. Push to talk is N. Let's turn that into different mouse button. Turn up voice audio for headphones. 5M at the bottom, probably. All right, now I'm not talking. Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hello? What the fuck happened? Oh no. I'm fucking scared. Is there anybody out there? I feel like I'm in purgatory. Alright. Never mind. We're good. For a second there, I thought I was in the shadow realm. What happened to my phone? What the fuck? Where's my phone? Have to equip it. Hello, hello, hello. P? P's not working. E's not working either. Alright. P brings it out. Equip it first. Equip the item. Wait, how do I put the SIM card in it? How do I put the fucking SIM card in it? Fuck! I've forgotten everything. I've forgotten everything. Where's the fucking inventory? Fuck! Hey. No, it's not letting me. Click on phone. Click on the open phone in the inventory. Okay. Oh. Oh, now I equip the fucking phone. And then all of a sudden, we're cooking with gasoline. Right, very nice. Alright, I got my fucking SIM code. Got Twatter. Your character can have amnesia. Not that I have amnesia. Instead, I'm fresh off the fucking boat. How do I... Voice chat volume is off? Oh. That's why I can't hear anybody. Alright, microphone volume is maxed out. Alright, I have to take a fucking piss. Oh, you've turned on the chat volume. Oh, what the fuck? We're back in the dark place. We're back in the fucking dark places. What the fuck is this? Why is this happening? A lot of people in the chat are saying call Booter. I don't know how to call Booter. I don't know who the fuck Booter is. What the fuck is this? Why is this happening? Alright, I gotta go pee. Hold on. Streaming budget and graphics is loading assets. Is that why?
Yeah, I know I'm handsome and all, man, but you could at least ask for my number.
Man, a few words, I guess.
That's what they say about everyone in a white tux, you know?
Ah, shit. Damn. I guess I'm just gonna... It's weird.
Oh.
SIM card's not on my phone.
Why the fuck can't I see nothing? Why the fuck can't I see nothing? Alright, it's time to fix it. I need to relog, is that what it is? Or is like my graphics fucked up or something? Dude, everything is very high.
Jeez.
Extended texture budget to 50%.
Yeah, there's so many.
It's maxed out, chat. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Oh. This is not maxed out. Go through doors, the game thinks you're inside and out.
Out there. Ooh, look at the man in the white suit. Hell yeah.
I can't hear people.
Man, I'm bugging out. I can't figure out how to put my SIM card.
Audio. Fucking goddamn it, old ass game. Okay. Microphone sensitivity maxed out as well. Push to talk online. You have chat going in a headset? No, I don't. Yeah, there's something very wrong with... Output is not on headphones. Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut up! It says headphones, but it's actually not headphones. That's just how I wired my fucking PC. That's how I wired my PC. You literally hear it. You guys are so stupid. God damn. Shut the fuck up. I think I need to restart the game. It's just broken. I hope you run into Moon. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. What the fuck? App recommendation? Capture your best moments of app play? Fuck no. Oh my god, extended graphics. This motherfucker's still talking about extended graphics. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, dude. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind talking about extended graphics. I'm about to extend this dick into your fucking mouth, dude. Shut up. Shut up. I already did extend these fucking graphics. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this music, dude? Turn down the Irish music is slowing down your graphics card. Chat is the same after 2 years. Yeah, I mean, chat is unchanging. This is non-copyrighted, all this music is. What? By the way, the extended texture budget of 100%, you might see errors. Around 50% is the sweet spot. What is Elsi IA? Sandy Shores Motel, Polito Bus Stop. I'm gonna look at this again one more time. I'm going to look at the fucking graphics one more time. Alright, maybe this will work this time. Texture budget all the way up, bro. Shut the fuck. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid fucking mouth. Everything seems good. I've never plugged this hard over an attic relapsing. I am not an addict. Wait! I thought I was on the 3rd floor. Now I'm on the 5th? What the fuck is going on? Alright, I'm on floor 2, walking down the floors. Walking down, very nice. Alright, I'm outside. Nice. What the fuck is this area? I don't recognize this at all. I don't recognize this area at all. Someone in the back seat. Oh, it's nice to free. How do I emote again, chat? What's the command for emote? Stop saying -1, you fucking idiots. I need to know. Uh-oh. Textures are still losing. I'm still losing textures. Priests look kind of dead. How do I open the fucking flash? No. What the fuck? F1? Oh my god. How do I put the code in? I don't have any. Would have said you might have mods in your mod folder if you've installed graphics mods before. No, this is a new computer. Oh my god, chatters. What the fuck? What's wrong with this road? I don't know how to open up the slash. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is how I do it, right? Okay, T. There it is. Okay, T is how you do it. Chat backseating. We're so back. Look at this piece of shite car. I forgot. Can we steal cars? Like random cars? Oh, I need a lockpick. I don't have a lockpick. I forgot all of that shit. Call an Uber? I don't have an Uber. Car rental place should be nearby. You need to get a cheap one to get around. Check your map on renting a car. Where the fuck was my map? You assume there? Is that? Just steal one? No, you can't steal in this. You need a lockpick and shit. I need to have like a driver's license and shit. I don't have any of that. Where's the train? I want to try and... Oh, he want to try and take the fucking train. This is no pixel, chat. You can't just like fucking steal shit. It's like a real world. There's cost. I will go to jail immediately. Like I'm pretty sure I need like a lockpick and stuff to be able to do that. Are you nervous? Yes, I am. I don't want to talk to people. Yeah. I'm nervous. I'm fucking nervous. This is where I think this is where I first linked up with Buddha and the Clean Boys, like right in this parking lot. I steal shit all the time. Yeah, this is no pixel. You do not steal shit in no pixel. It's different. I'm looking at both sides before I move. I'm just walking around. Not a big deal. I need to get a job, don't I? I need to get a good old civilian job, right? Who's this fucker? What are you looking at? Wait, how do I speak again? How do I speak again? I forgot. What was push to talk? Oh, wait. I forgot I bound it to my phone. I mean, I bound it to my mouse. What are you yelling at, you fucking bastard? Don't you fucking look at me like that.
Ali, move now!
Did I steal it? No, I don't want to steal it. I forgot. You literally can't, right? You can't steal from... Can you steal from NPCs? I think your voice chat is muted again. No, it's not. That's just an NPC, I'm pretty sure. That wasn't a voice chat moment. Hold on, let's see. You might be right, though, because I haven't heard anyone talk. No, it's fine. No. People talk to you while you were AFK? Oh, muted. You can see in the bottom left, white or yellow icon. No, I know I'm not muted, but I can't hear anybody else right now.
Oh, holy fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
See, hermano, I did an upgrade. You like this shit, bro?
Hey man, how are ya?
I feel awkward.
I got some wheels, dude. Look at this.
I feel awkward. I don't want to talk to anybody. I hear him.
No, they fixed me up really nice. G'day mate, how are ya?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn off the music for a second, or actually lower it a little bit more.
And where to get a bike at? So I was gonna ask this guy.
Yeah, no, I know all about the bikes. You need a bike?
These
Yeah.
guys,
Happy, bro. I'll bring you to one.
I can't go in cars.
Wait,
I
you
don't
bro.
believe in-
No,
I'll hop
if
in. You
anybody
take
need
my
a bike,
sir.
yeah, there you
I
go.
need to find where they are.
There you
Let's
go.
man.
All right, bet. Let's get it.
Oh my God.
It's a donation, bro. He donated you
Yeah,
a
but
bicycle.
I mean, I
What
won't
the
help.
fuck? It's okay to be cringe. I know. I feel so cringe. I feel so incredibly cringe right now.
Pardon us.
Coming through. Cars out right away.
There are no public transit in this fucking city. Hello.
And now I'm deaf.
Wait.
Are you
wow?
okay, my friend? You sound like you're speaking in Morse code. I
Wait,
can try
what
and
do you-
decipher it. Oh,
What do you mean?
okay, that's...
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's wonderful. Yeah, let me speak back to you. Fucking lunatic.
Yeah, you might want to get that checked out, man.
Jesus Christ.
I can't understand what's going on. Is this how it's normal out here?
Dash dot.
My voice volume is too loud.
Sir, did you get a whistle stuck in your throat? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? I don't know. Mic needs to be replugged. No, that's the right microphone.
Oh my God, what? What's happening?
What
Can
the
you let go
fuck?
of me, please? Oh my God. What? My man, can you help me? I don't know what's going on. I don't like this.
Wait, maybe.
God,
You guys
dang.
said max. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? I've had a throat infection.
Oh God.
Oh, you sound much better now.
Oh, I do. All right, very nice.
Yeah,
very
that's
nice.
sorry.
We should be able to get through the parking lot from over here.
Yeah,
I
much
can
better
kind of
now.
hear you, but I do have these headphones on.
Apologies
But
for that earlier. I don't know how I must have come across.
You ever heard of a dog whistle? You know, one of those frequencies that we barely can hear? That's what it sounded like.
Oh, I know
Oh,
about
God.
dog whistles. All right. Well, I have a question for you, fellows here. The Dapper Man. Is there any public transit in this fucking city or what?
I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told the gentleman to my left. $10 if you want to talk to me. Thank you so much.
I'll give you the information for 5.
I'm surrounded by fucking charlatans, huh? What the fuck is this? $10, $5. What happened to being a friendly guy?
It's a bargain.
And doing it for the sake of friendship.
Oh, I'm
Listen,
sorry.
man.
The last person I was friendly to flipped me off, and then the next person was you screeching like a fucking dog. So I'm sorry if I'm a little on edge, and that's why I'm
Listen,
chain smoking
man.
now.
I'm just trying to make money for tattoos, man. Don't take it personal. My
Wait,
arms
where
are so
can
naked
we-
without tattoos.
Wait, are you a tattoo artist?
No, I just want tattoos.
I would like a tattoo as well. I want to get my full body kitted out in Yakuza
Listen, do you want to know about the
tattoos.
public transit or not?
I do want to know about it. Yes.
Because then I'm gonna need $5.
How about you get an honest earning, an honest living? How about that?
Hey, man. Capitalism runs everything.
Get a
You know?
fucking job, right?
Rich coming from the guy who doesn't know that a fucking bus exists.
Oh, rich coming
Or
from
a
Mr.
train.
Oh, I don't know, 2007 goth emo chic. Sorry, a hot topic called. They want their jacket back.
Get his
Now,
ass.
if you're asking
Get
about,
his ass.
if you're asking about the public transit, yes, there's public transit in Los Angeles. It's a fucking city. What do you want? But it's not like, 2008 to 2020, Xi Jinping China public transit. But
I've heard
no high-speed rails,
I've
but
heard there's trains here, and I'm very excited to get on one.
metro trains.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
I'm a big fan.
Here, Bucko, head to the south side. You should be able to catch one. You're gonna look for ooh, there's one that runs through Carson Ave. Look for that one.
What about jobs? I probably need to get a job too, because it seems like everybody's trying to fucking get money out of me already.
Well, don't.
Luciano, between your Italian and his Irish, what are we? Is this 1910? Or are we?
Yep.
Are we? Is this? Are we Ellis Island? What's happening right now?
It's looking like the Prohibition era. You know what I mean? Bootlegging and shit. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, friend? I'm Donnie.
Luciano.
Donnie O'Sullivan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Luciano DiCenzo. It's a pleasure.
No, Donnie,
What
I
about
know
you?
we came off on the wrong foot here, but I will give you some advice for free. If you're looking for a job, don't go to the Senior Burger. I had a manager hire me, and then when I got back to the, with my uniform and everything, they told me, "Oh, we have too many people. Go home." So don't look for work there. There's too many people
Seems
already.
like unemployment's too low around these parts.
Too high, actually. Too much unemployment.
Or sorry, unemployment's too high. You're right.
Yeah.
Thanks for correcting me.
And listen, sir, I understand. Yeah, I know. I wore what I could bring. They fucking lost my luggage on the plane. It's really frustrating me too. I wish I didn't look like this.
Oh well, I'm glad that the box in your mom's basement was still available for you.
Guys, we're trying to park. Thank you.
How the fuck do people already have cars around here? Where do they make the money from?
There's a guy at the airport that'll rent them out to you.
Excuse
Not
me.
only at the airport. You cross the street, there's a guy over there that'll give you a car for $100.
I don't think I have $100.
Excuse me, pal.
It's gonna be $50. Listen, I just raised your guys' rent. It's gonna be $50 a month now, starting off with today. And I'm gonna need the 50.
Yeah? Want to pay for your funeral service while you're at it too, huh, motherfucker?
You want to get evicted right now? I can make that happen. I can turn off that AC.
This guy's
in
a
that room
landlord?
right
What the
now.
fuck? There's
I'll
a
evict you
who
from
does
life,
landlord
motherfucker.
RP?
Get the hell out of here.
Right, you know what?
How do you smoke? I want to smoke.
about carpet in the bathroom.
That elevator's gonna break down again. And you know what? I'm not gonna be there to fix it.
Do I
when it
have
breaks
smokes
down.
on me? No, I don't.
Well,
Fuck, smoking is so cool.
When you get that roach problem in your room, I'm not gonna be there to take care of it.
Guys,
What
fucking
floor do you
jazz.
live on?
I own the whole complex, Roger.
What was the
general
thing for
manager,
smoking?
General manager at the complex.
Quick way to get an ass whooping, if you ask me.
to get an ass.
Is it
What floor are you on, Bobby?
Hey, Conor McGregor.
I'm in the
What the
ass
fuck are you
whooping type
looking
of
at?
mood.
Why are you staring?
I'm in the giving you an ass whooping type
You
of
talking
mood.
to me?
What floor are you on?
I'll have you
Oh,
know,
no,
it's
no, no.
quite rude to think I'm Conor McGregor.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry,
all
I'm talking
Irish
to the
people are the
other
same
Irish
person.
yeah.
Sir, can you keep it down over here, please? You're stressing me out. Keep your voice down.
Oh.
You in the pink jacket. It's like
Okay.
nails on a
my.
chalkboard.
She's right. You are being kind of rude to the people around. For
I
no
mean, that comment
particular
itself
reason.
was pretty rude, pal. No.
I don't know. The reason that he gave earlier seemed like it kind of made sense to
Luciano,
me.
if I ask you to stab that lady, would you do it?
Sure.
Okay, I'm not asking you to do it. That was more of a hypothetical. I just want to think about it for a second.
I can't smoke. I don't have the
Well,
chat.
hey,
I
why
can't
would
smoke.
you
I don't
wanna
have
stab her?
the cigarettes. You need to have
Did you
cigarettes
see
to be able to smoke.
the way that she approached him for no real reason?
It's complicated. I hate
Los
her,
Santos.
and have hated her for many years.
Oh,
All right, you in the pink shirt. You're in the pink jacket. You go to smoke. I can bum off you.
Oh, see, now someone's finally talking sense and willing to smoke with me. Thank you.
That's right. Smoking
you
is
go.
very cool, and I like it.
I
And
mean,
I would like to look cool too.
I'm
You've got
willing to
another
take one too if you're just handing them out.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and assume charity, but if you do, I wouldn't mind.
What's your name, Skull
I will pick
Jacket?
it up from the ground.
It's Drew Mason.
Oh, I got it. Oh, thank you for the smoke, coin stranger.
I'd say it's a pleasure, but I'm not sure yet.
Fair, Drew. Fair. I'm Roger. Roger Dot, pal.
Yeah, you got a.
Did Eve take care of this stuff yet?
Joe's my son. Are you a bad influence?
Can't get that.
What'd you say?
Cigarette.
There's people huddling.
I can't get the cigarette either.
It's fine.
Are we? Where is everyone? Are we leaving yet?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's them right there. Let's get out of here.
These
All right,
people
are
are
you a
fucking
bad
insane.
influence on my son?
Who the fuck is your son?
Joe's my son. Yeah, you ate too many
Joe.
cannolis. He used to be really
Love to
big.
see
He
it,
cut back
RP's
on the
back.
cannolis. Now he's looking good, just like his dad.
So tell me, McGregor.
He is my son. You go. What do you mean he's no son?
My name is Donnie O'Sullivan, sir.
He is
But
my son. Go over
but
there.
I'll
McGregor, you
I'll
wanna
allow
see a
it for
train?
My
this.
son.
I'll allow it now because you're kind enough to give me a smoke.
You know what? I don't like you hanging around.
Fine.
It's
Mr.
Sullivan.
Sullivan, you want
I
to
don't
see a
like you
train?
corrupting my son.
I would love to see a train. I love public transit. A big fan.
You corrupting my son.
Tell you what, we're heading over that way. You can hop in.
But you've
It'll
got a
cost you.
car.
Gas is very expensive.
You've got a
Yes.
car. Is this your car right here?
Better not
It's one of
turn
them.
into no
One
lowlife
of
like
them?
you, okay?
You've got multiple.
Yeah.
All right,
Whatever.
big fancy guy. What do you do then? How the fuck do you have so many cars?
I'm Mickey Sinclair, former mayor of this city and longest standing mayor, multimillionaire and investor into the new city. Lush, get the boys. Let's go.
All right. I'll take
Drive
a
these
ride
down
with
to the
you.
train and then you
Why
can
the
have
fuck
fun with
not?
What kind of train is it?
Throw this fucking thing down and step on it. All right. Wait a minute. Who's driving?
them. Oh, I don't drive. I'm a passenger, princess.
Can I ride with you?
So you mean to tell me that you were asking for $10 for information when you're a fucking millionaire?
I didn't become a millionaire by not taking all the opportunities to make money.
Smart guy. All right. Well, I'd like to make money too.
I think Mickey thinks he's Italian. Are you Italian,
I'm
Irish,
just,
sir?
No, I'm just doing, I call this car Ellis Island. It's my, new venture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. Representation is it's important.
There's a rental spot. There's a rental spot.
I'm gonna rent another car,
so
guys.
just go down the road.
life for so long.
What's your name? Irish guy?
My name is Donnie. Donnie O'Sullivan.
That is
Fancy meeting you.
aggressively Irish. Okay.
That's right. No
Oh, fuck,
relation
we're
to the
just gonna
CNN anchor, Donnie O'Sullivan.
Okay. It's good to meet you, Tiny Donnie.
Take him to the south side, where the trains are.
Sounds good. Mark it up on a map for me.
Do you like trains?
Where'd these guys go?
Listen, Mr. O'Sullivan, if you're a big fan of the trains and the metro, pop open your phone. You'll see a metro app. It'll tell you when the trains are arriving at each of the stations.
All right, let's take a look at them.
ain't that fucked yet.
Yeah, take a look at this. All right, I've got a metro app. Oh my god! There's trains in this fucking city.
Yes,
And
well,
there's
after
a-
the economic collapse that occurred after the Sanguine War, whatever the fuck happened after my mayorship, many foreign investors have been pumping money into the public systems within Los Santos. Hence why so many people have returned.
Yeah, that's what I heard about. I heard that there's a lot of economic opportunity here. That's why I'm out here. Japan was too far away for me, so I came out here instead.
Your choices were Los Santos or Japan.
That's right.
You went with Los Santos.
I went with Los Santos because that's the closest I could get to a big city where I could live my Yakuza dreams.
Los Santos is for the Yakuza. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you want to be part of the Yakuza? Might I recommend, I don't
It's
know, investing in
Yakuza, sir.
Sega. Oh, sorry, the Yakuza? Yeah, invest in Sega or Nintendo.
There you go.
Right? Yeah, like Kazuma Kiryu. That's why I need to make money so I can get my full body tattoo.
Oh wow.
Get a dragon
Lucy,
tattoo.
park the car. I
That's
kind of
pretty
want to see
nice.
the train too.
You're
I
gonna
haven't
jump
seen it
right
yet.
into the full body tattoo.
Tattoos are absolutely disgusting, by the way. I'm sorry that you've chosen that.
I disagree, Mr. Mayor Man. Also, while you've been very kind to me so far, it seems like your city's on the verge of collapse under your
Excuse me.
mayoral tenure.
Ex-mayor.
What are we doing here?
I wish we're checking out the metro.
I was about to say, are you from Maryland?
Yeah, he's Irish Yakuza. There he is.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Donnie
right.
right there.
Irish Yakuza, huh? That's
Hey guys, why don't you try on this mask real quick, huh? You,
Oh, do we look like shit?
yeah. Try it on real quick, all of you.
All of us? Well.
Yeah. Maybe not you, Joe.
Gucci, have
Tiny.
you seen the train yet?
So
I don't even believe they're real. Do they actually
I don't
come?
think
Do
I
they
have.
show up?
Nah, I haven't seen a single one.
Do you have the mask?
What station is this?
this is the Pillbox South.
I can't believe there's trains,
No, it's the
dude. This is
Davis.
sick.
Something like that. It's
Hey
the
guys,
Davis.
4 Italians, an Irishman, and an ex-mayor walk into a bar. I haven't thought of the punchline yet, but it'll be great when I do.
Oh, okay.
It will be great. It will be great. It looks like the trains are having a
Sorry, Juno, I didn't want to presume your ethnic background. So sorry.
Oh, I'm British.
Really? I thought you were Australian.
I swear to God, Joe. I swear to God.
Let me get that mask back.
Do I look fine?
No.
No. Okay. I can't. Okay.
Put it
It's
on.
when you say no against me.
I can't.
You can. Put it on.
Blau's no longer the mayor. Oh fuck! I can't hear anything when I.
Bring back to me then.
Put it over your face.
Wait, let me see if I can fix that.
A burger in my butt.
So, Mr. Sullivan,
Put it over my face.
are you into the Yakuza for the aesthetic or,
Here,
you
Vito,
know,
you try.
for the life? Because that's quite a hard life.
I'm into the Yakuza for the lifestyle, my friend.
Fuck did you store that?
Have you ever played the Yakuza games? The video games?
No, I think video games are a horrific drug. Peddle video games would be like peddling drugs.
I know. I was deeply addicted to the Yakuza video games, as a matter of fact. Gained a lot of weight. But some of the lessons I learned as Kazuma Kiryu have stuck with me. Loyalty, working hard, Sigma grind set, that sort of shite, you know? And now
the Sigma grind set does resonate. Go on.
That's right. I'm a real hustler. That's what I learned, just like Cosmic Kiryu, which is why I'm going to fulfill my dreams of being Yakuza here in Los Santos.
Are you expecting it to be similar to the video game?
I'll go to a clothing store.
Yes, why not?
Okay.
It's a very realistic video game. They've made an identical Tokyo. It's like, one day if I go out there, it'll be exactly like the real Tokyo, you know?
Okay, yeah, all right.
I think you're fucking insane.
I think he's fucking crazy too, to be honest. Hey, listen. While you're being crazy, why don't you put this on real quick for me?
What? What is this?
Put the
This is
mask
a
on.
balaclava.
Yeah, put it on. See if it fits.
Are you giving this to me because I'm Irish? You think IRA, balaclava? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wow.
This is some kind of race joke.
Social faux
Nah,
pas.
no. I just want to know if you
Why
can
are
wear
you
it,
talking about
is
the
all.
IRA? We don't even make enough
My
money
face
here
is
for us
fucked?
to be taxed.
Is that what's wrong? My face is fucked? Wait, how do I put the mask on? I seem to have forgotten how to flex my muscle to you know, put a mask on.
Lucy, help him put the mask on.
All right, listen, pal. All right, what you got to do is the following. All right, you're looking at the mask, right? There you go.
wait
That's
a
my
minute,
man right
there
there.
it is.
There you go, yeah.
Now you do the same. Just take it off.
It's like you're a World of Warcraft.
All right,
yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
Take it off real quick. Yeah. My mask right there. There you go. All right,
That better?
perfect. Yeah, no.
Get a good look of my good look in my beautiful face.
I'll take that mask.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
And give it to me.
All right.
You just got to look at it right. You know what I mean? You got to look at it real right, and then you just look. There you go.
All right,
you know,
there it is.
Ease into
Here
it.
it is.
There you go, my
There.
friend. Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
All right, very nice.
Thank you.
Damn right I am. You
Thank you.
little oyster.
Hey,
Crack
Mickey,
me open.
you're up.
God damn.
You're looking like Corleone. You aged the fucking 10 years.
Jesus.
15 years.
I ain't seen her in a long time.
I feel like he looks more like Keanu Reeves, right? Or Johnny Silverhand or something.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
I think
You
he
ain't wrong.
owns it. I think
He looks like he's about to be like, wake the fuck up, samurai. You've got a city to burn or some shite.
No. I
Yeah,
chose
he
the
does.
longer
He's
hair. The
taking
boys
it
in
all.
Milan love it.
Do I look fine now, Luch?
Yeah.
King of, where's the fucking train?
Yeah, I don't think it's coming, man. I
Yeah,
checked the app
farmer
and it
mayor,
said 1
man. It
minute,
doesn't
like
seem
5
like the
minutes.
trains run on time out here, does it?
This is
Here we go. It says
Hasanabi.
1 minute. It says 1
I
minute
was
now,
the
again.
mayor many years ago. Don't
wanna
judge the
insult-
infrastructure of the city in its present day on.
I don't wanna insult British people.
We actually didn't even have trains back when I was the mayor, so. I did the
like
important
arguments.
kind of legislation, such as providing missiles to our police department so that they could blow up invading aircraft.
We have
Invading
3 minutes until the
aircraft?
train.
There's a lot of money in warmongering.
Why the fuck would there be aircraft invading Los Santos?
Oh, I'm sorry that we don't win. You know, we're not in a world where everyone sits in a circle and sings Kumbaya fucking ya. And foreign nations happen to invade Los Santos' airspace all the time. Did you not read the news? Maybe you should have checked up on that before you were picking
I'm
between
barely literate,
Japan and Los Santos.
I'm barely literate.
Barely literate.
I don't know how to read that well.
Oh, it
I don't know how to
shows.
read good, sir. I'm just a fan of Yakuza, the video game franchise, and also public transportation.
Wow.
Are you sure you're going to be able to stump getting a tattoo? I hear they're very painful.
That won't be a problem for me. I love pain.
The man loves transportation, Yakuza, the video game, and pain. I mean, that's a list right there.
Hey, listen up.
I'm kind of making it up as I go
South,
along.
that's where we're at, right?
Yes.
It's arriving in 2 minutes.
Oh my God. It's finally coming.
Don't know if I believe this phone application.
I guess we'll see.
There is no
Did you say your
fucking
name was,
way
sir?
a train is coming here.
We got
What's
your name
this
already.
grime shite that I'm seeing? This fucking van. It says grime on the side of it. What's that about?
Oh, grime?
Right, grime.
Delivery service within Oh my God. Fucking
Yeah, short amount of time.
Fucking shit.
Grab deliveries.
At it.
Honey, you're really fucking pale, man.
Yeah, listen, okay?
Mr. O'Sullivan, that might be a
There's a whole
worthwhile
situation.
job for some of your stature. You seem like a very well-fit man.
You know, I know how to pick
Lifting
up a couple
boxes.
things, put it down, you know, not a big deal. I can do that sort of thing, you know.
Careful now. You'll have to buy me dinner before you start talking like that. Where is this fucking train?
I don't know.
I'm gonna steal your phone.
On the
I don't think the app's
brochure,
working, guys.
on the brochure, Los Santos was advertised as a city with working public transit, which got me quite juiced, if I might say so myself.
Got you juiced.
But it seems a lot like this other city that I know of called Los Angeles, where there's absolutely zero public transit.
Is this train coming?
It's looking
no.
like
It
no,
says 1 minute.
probably.
That's 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay.
Where?
It'll be coming out of the ground down there.
Half the
Oh.
chest
I've
saying
seen it
minus
cycle like
one,
3
minus
times
one,
to
half the
your
chest
right
saying
now,
minus
it's just not
plus
coming.
1.
Oh. Okay.
Fuck.
That sucks.
Fuck what?
Where's
Is the train not
Eastwood?
coming?
Probably not coming. Nope.
What do you mean it's not coming? I've been sitting here with... What? Why?
Says arriving right now. Says arriving.
Arriving
I see
where?
the fucking train.
I don't see the.
1 minute,
I
1
don't
minute.
personally see the train.
Arriving where, Luciano?
Pillbox. Pillbox South.
No,
At
1
Pillbox,
minute.
Luciano,
This is
we're in
Davis.
Davis.
This is Davis.
This is goddamn Davis.
Yeah, it
1
says
minute.
Pillbox South, Davis.
No, this is no.
No.
That goes to Pillbox
No,
South.
it's
This is
going
Davis.
towards
Davis,
Pillbox.
Davis does say 1 minute. It does say 1 minute.
This is
It
1
is
minute.
here.
1 minute. 1 minute, Davis. Yeah.
Ah, there you
Yeah,
go.
this is Davis.
Davis has got 2 train stations.
1
which
minute.
is Davis. It's Davis, and Davis Pillbox South.
Fuck is Davis?
Davis.
Right there, Davis, right here, right now.
Well,
Davis, we're in it.
Dang,
This is
2
Davis
minutes now.
right here. And down
Yeah,
down the
who
road that
Davis?
way is Davis Pillbox South.
All right, so
What
we're
pray
Pillbox
is the
South,
ETA
Davis.
here?
No, we're
We're
Davis.
Davis.
All right, well, it
Davis.
says it's
God.
arriving then.
All this Davis talk is driving
Is
me
it arriving
goddamn
at Is it arriving at
It's
Davis?
arriving?
Davis or Davis
Is
Pillbox
this the
South?
train?
Where?
Davis or
Whoa.
Pillbox
Oh, it's
I
the
don't know.
train.
Whoa.
Look at this
Yeah.
fucking clown.
You guys, there a problem? What's with all the swearing?
Fuck.
What the fuck do you mean?
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Shut the yuck up with the swearing!
Fuck you, pal. Get the fuck out of here.
What the yuck is your problem? You know what? Why don't you take this home with you, you
Whoa.
sack?
Fuck you. Come here. Come here.
Come on over here.
Vito.
Fuck out of here.
You guys got weed?
That was not very nice.
No.
to marijuana.
I thought this was the
Wait,
city
wait,
of
wait.
brotherly love.
Boys got weed. Anybody got weed here?
I don't got no weed.
Vito,
No.
you're on the train tracks. Vito, get
Real
off the
Buggy the
fucking train
Clown,
tracks.
this guy.
No
Move along,
fucking
trains
trains
coming.
coming.
Vito,
Relax.
Vito, get
no
up
trains
here.
coming.
Get up
I got
on the
real-
club.
I got really
Vito,
Italian
my
for a
love,
second.
Vito,
Vito?
get up.
That is
All
very
right, all right.
dangerous.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right,
Oh.
should be coming shortly.
Oh, shit.
Now this is why you need public transit. Less car
she
accidents
doesn't look
all
good.
around.
She does not look
Oh, she is fucked. Oh my
She's-
god.
This fuck's fuck. Oh, hey, look, a pawn shop.
There's a pawn shop
Fuck,
there.
is that an NPC?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
she's throwing up. Somebody grab her hair. She's throwing up.
I'm not touching
Oh,
her head.
Jesus.
Nor am I.
What is it?
Guys, I think we've just been blue balled. Ain't no train coming this way.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to get a train?
I wanted to see the wonders of public transit in
My
Los
friend, you-
Santos.
Well, it wouldn't be the
as
first time I've
advertised
been
by the
there.
brochure that I was given before I got here. But it turns out it was
Yes,
a lie.
we hear you, Mr. Sullivan, but you know what? It's not the first time I've been blue-balled by a train, and probably won't be the last.
Why does that sound overtly sexual? Wait, what? I can't hear you.
Are you
Train,
doing
it's not coming. It's not coming.
It's definitely not coming.
Is that what
I'ma
you
go pick up
said when you got
Roadblock.
blue-balled by the train?
I'll come with.
Where's she going to get?
I kind of want to see what the pawn shop sells. I didn't
Well,
realize that
Mr.
was there
Sullivan,
until they went in.
My deepest regrets. It turns out that the
Let me check
public
it out.
transit of whatever, administration is running the city now clearly has not sorted out the trains.
Yeah, it seems like it's a real nut house out there. Maybe we need to sort it out, be the mayor again or something.
I am not the mayor. I'm the
Yes.
ex-mayor, Mickey Sinclair.
That much is clear to me.
I would never run a
Porn shop
shithole city like this. There would be discipline in my city.
I like that. But you know what I like? Also, making money. How the fuck do I make money in this city? Mickey.
Luciano, a moment. Over here.
Sure thing. One out, fellas.
Oops, sorry.
You gotta pick a side.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Luciano and Mr. Sullivan?
Oh, I thought you told me to come over. I just, all right, well, my bad. I'll just walk away then. Go talk to these wonderful fellows. What are these guys doing? They're looking awfully suspicious. Bro got bitched twice in a row. Listen, I'm gonna take a lot of L's, okay? This is what role-playing is about. I was trying to sneak up on them and listen. Whoa, what the fuck? Uh-oh.
Please do not urinate in the station. Thank you.
See what they have to say. The wrong station? You think the trains work? Oh, you don't believe so?
They seem like dab fans. They were probably dabbing a lot out there, you know?
Yeah, that shit.
Agreed.
Let me get out of
Mr.
here, boys.
O'Sullivan.
What's going on?
You're lucky. My associate, Mr. DiCenzo, well, he has something of a soft spot for, immigrants. And you're lucky that, we're not in the days where, the Italians and the Irish were at each other's throats in the streets of New York. So,
Oh, hey, what's up?
he's got some work for you.
Yeah, a little Catholic collaboration, right?
Yeah, it's good to you.
That's right. Like the good old days, I guess.
You know. Getting by.
Oh.
All right, so what's the opportunity? Let's hear it.
Apparently they're hiring down by the trucking. What are they called, Mickey? Is it tow trucking?
No. No. It's the delivery trucking.
Oh, the delivery trucking.
Oh, for that fucking grime shite.
Is it the grime shite?
Same day delivery, that sort of thing. Grime.
There's the other opportunity we were going to look more into, Mr. DiCenzo.
Yeah? Like what?
Security, huh? Security detail.
Security detail?
So this is guy.
We could use a little bit of brawn for that.
All
Just
right.
guy, someone with a thick neck and
I do have a very thick neck.
Thick
Some might
chest.
say the thickest neck in all of Los Santos. With a
My
big
God,
hairy
and then
chest
this-
as well.
those chest hairs. God, they're creeping out of your shirt like grass on a sidewalk not taken care of.
Okay. All right, Mickey. All right, we good. We're employing a guy, not fucking him. All right.
I'm sorry. I've been out of the clubs in Milan for too long. The boys miss me. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, so we're doing delivery? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Come on, we're gonna go check out the group stuff.
Be gay with Mickey? No.
This kind of party.
No
Oh,
relationship,
Rod, good to
RP,
see you.
okay?
And it's good to see you. You're looking great.
You too. Nice beard.
Thanks. I grew up by myself.
Oh, what stuff? What are we checking out?
Some cool stuff. I don't know.
Hey, Mickey, how the fuck do these guys have a Jeep and you only have this 4-door that drives absolutely terribly?
Oh, Jesus.
This car's been through some shit.
I
I'm more of an
debated
old
it.
school type of guy, right? Not that SUV mom kind of type of shit.
Hey, Luch, you lead the way. We'll follow you.
All right.
Sir O'Sullivan, beggars can't be choosers. Normally, my method of transportation is helicopter, but well, there's new air regulations in place right now, so I'm unable to get my pilots to pick me up.
Whoa! Almost got in an accident there.
Christ. Yeah, buckle up. Buckle up.
Jesus, Luciano, why are you driving like a psychopath?
Wait,
I ain't the best of drivers.
Shit.
I ain't the best of drivers.
How do you buckle up?
What do you think, Sullivan? Huh? You think I should brake? Think I should brake the fucking car?
Is there, what was the command for it? There is a command for it, no?
Luciano, if you're trying to put him through a fucking test, you're putting me through a fucking test. I'm gonna piss myself.
What's going on? Oh, stress test, motherfucker. Oh my God. What you got? Fuck!
Yep.
I tried to buckle up. I am not doing all right.
Get in the car. Get you to the hospital. I gotta gas up first.
Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Oh, Jesus. Those motherfuckers.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fuck's the
Look
matter
where
with
you're
you, asshole?
fucking going, huh?
Oh my God, Rasani.
Get out of the fucking car, bitch.
Sir, no problem. No need for problem.
What do you think we're doing
Absolute
here? Fuck was that?
Calm it down, gentlemen. We are doing an important
you,
business.
motherfucker. What you do?
Hey, who you say, motherfucker? You're a mother bitch. You understand?
What kind of important fucking business requires you hitting and running away?
We are
trying to stop
a murderer. There is a murderer.
That's right.
Someone there.
We're not the murderers.
You almost fucking murdered us.
Yeah, the only murder I'm seeing is vehicular manslaughter by you, sir.
No. Who makes slaughter? I not slaughter. Who did?
Listen,
What happened? Where?
tell you what.
Give me your insurance. I want your insurance.
no.
Insurance.
Yes,
I'll
I
tell you
want
what's
your
gonna happen.
insurance. Yeah, you hit my car.
No, that's not how this fucking works. You give us your insurance,
No,
not the other way around. You're the one who fucking hit us.
All right, gentlemen, let's calm down a bit. All right, I see what's going on here. All right, let's start from the beginning. Wait, what's that over there? Something, go.
What? What is over there? What the fuck are you talking about?
Motherfucker, you
Wait,
better not be going
he's
nowhere.
running
I'll take
away?
the shit out of you, bitch.
Hey,
Yeah, you better back away, motherfucker. Give me your insurance.
I don't please. No need for problem.
I'll rough you up, motherfucker. Break your goddamn knees and you.
Whoa, what the fuck? Hey, fellas, calm the fuck down. I'm becoming Irish. Italian for no reason.
I'm sorry.
Mr. O'Sullivan, fuck
Apologize right now. Apologize.
Fuck him up, Sullivan. Fuck him up.
Sorry, no, please. No need for
Now
fucking.
listen here, you son of a bitch.
What happened? Stop it.
Bro, get back from him, man. He's an old man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just give me an idea.
You asshole.
That's my boy.
Where is?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait, did I kill him?
Yeah.
Did I do that?
There's no need. I'm sorry.
Damn,
Did I do that?
Mr.
Are you all right?
I'm sorry.
Don't ask if he's fucking all right. Listen, sir, what's your
He
name?
doesn't seem to be all right. He's on the fucking
If
ground.
you ask him, he's all right.
He's got fucking blood coming out of his mouth.
Whatever. I'm sorry, please, no more.
I feel like we might need to take him to the hospital or
Tiny,
something.
watch out, Tiny.
Please, no more problems. I'm sorry.
What the hell has happened here?
You
knocked him
motherfuckers,
out.
back it up.
How do
Hey,
I
He's
knocked
gonna
him
grab
out.
and then we're gonna leave, okay?
Mickey!
Back up. Take your boy. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Oh, okay.
After everything I gave you, you knock him out, Mickey.
Oh my God, that's the
Don't worry,
guy.
we'll
Don't
come
do
back
it
to
to
you.
you.
Listen, let's get out.
How do I carry?
Gotta take something to the hospital.
Wasn't it EC? All right, well, that was a bit of an escalation, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Maybe I was hard on you
EC
about
is
the
cancel?
Yakuza
How do
video
you
game.
carry?
I taught you something. Christ almighty. Knock that guy out.
Oh, carry.
Can't believe you do this. No. I see you. You knock out my boy again, we're gonna have some major problems.
Oh!
Was that a threat?
No,
Watch your mouth. No, that was a promise.
Watch your mouth. Please, no more problems.
Well, remember, you still can redeem the consulting service from me since you paid me money. Have a good day.
All right, I guess that's it then.
Get out of here, boys.
That's right.
I don't
You
know
deal with
how-
that piece of garbage, you hear?
I don't know how the fuck I hit him. I was trying to.
Need gas, guys. I need gas, and I need some fucking ice.
Oh, Bristol?
No, not meth. Tiny.
Oh, God
You
damn.
ain't. Thought you were clean these years.
Wow, listen, all right, I don't know. Something about these streets. Something about that product. Really gets me going.
Hey, Tiny, why don't you go inside and buy some bandages or something, huh?
Yeah. Take care of that.
Grime truck? Oh, fuck.
Mr.
Don't these things
Sullivan.
blow up?
Thank you for having our back there. Usually we don't, resort to violence like that.
I don't know. It took over me. I'm not a man who's predisposed to doing violent acts normally, but I think the blood runs hot sometimes, Ended up curb stomping him for no fucking reason.
Oh. And I appreciate that. See, sometimes we need to act ferocious.
Okay,
We're all animals.
Yeah, I felt like I was filling up my proverbial heat gauge, You know what a heat gauge is? Like in the movie, like in the show, not the show, the video game Yakuza. It's in my blood.
I think you have a video game addiction.
Yeah, I think he's addicted. It's gotta be.
Yeah, well, I don't have enough time out here to play video games, so I'm combating it by engaging in hand-to-hand combat from time to time.
I gotta put stuff in there though.
My only tip of advice, Mr. O'Sullivan, just remember, this isn't a fucking game. There's no
No, not at
respawn.
all. This is real life.
You fucking die.
I've got blood on my hands from what I did earlier. And on my white suit. It's the only suit I have.
Oh, wow. Well, I got good news and bad news, Mr. O'Sullivan. They didn't have any bandages or first aid kits of any kind in there. But the good news, they had whiskey. Not to stereotype you, but there you go. Put in a glove box for you. Hopefully that helps. What's hurting you?
Is it because I'm Irish that you think I'm gonna drink the whiskey? I mean, I am. I am gonna drink it.
Oh, Tony, no, that's great. Yeah, give him whiskey. Oh, by the way, I have a bottle of wine and some fucking fettuccine for you.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Damn, I would love that. You really,
Tony, really
have that?
No, I don't.
Oh, Maron, you don't promise a man fettuccine and you don't got it.
What is this Maron thing? What the fuck does that mean?
Maron? You say you're marooned, and that, how do I put this?
Maron.
Lights a fire inside of me that can't be quenched. Do you understand?
Fumbled the accent, I know. Oh, I know all about fires inside.
What the hell does that mean?
Like a heat gauge, in the video game franchise by Sega,
Oh my
Yakuza.
God.
When you
You're
fill
talking
your
about a
heat
sig.
gauge up, and then you can do different combat actions.
Fun fact, not that anyone asked for it, but a long time ago, the Yakuza actually used arcades and video game companies as money laundering fronts for their, illicit activities. And then they became so profitable that they just ran them as normal businesses.
It's a pretty good racket.
Well, isn't that the basis of all sorts of businesses? Start off illicit, pay the government, or even create a government to begin with, and then all of a sudden you're legal.
Very
Some might say it's
politically-minded
the
answer.
basis of all capitalism.
Okay, yeah. All right, that was a pretty heady response there, O'Sullivan.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I hate politics.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Shit, guys, this thing didn't refuel. I think there was a leak in the tank. Gonna have to go to a different gas station.
I think you fell asleep while filling the goddamn tank was the issue.
Yeah. You get those bandages, Tiny?
Oh, so here's the thing. They didn't have bandages, so I just gave the kid some whiskey. I think I'll be fine.
I need bandages. I need ice.
Oh, they were for you.
Hey, you fucking idiot. What do you think they were for?
Oh, jeez. Wow. Well, listen, I didn't get you bandages, but I got O'Sullivan a little tipsy, so what can you do? You know, you win some, you lose some.
All right, so
All
it
by
seems like we're
bandages.
just going to different gas stations all around, huh?
Yeah, it was
Yes, welcome to America, Mr. Sullivan.
Right, one gas station to the next, no public transit. Seems like a fucking cherry experience.
Oh, that's great. The convenience store is closed. Incredible.
Nobody wants to work anymore, huh? There's fucking garbage everywhere too. What's that about?
Actually,
You see all this?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Yes, there's garbage all around, Mr. O'Sullivan. I hate to inform you, but if your choices were Los Santos or Tokyo, I think you probably made the worst choice.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say it, but
Yeah, everything I know from Tokyo is that it's a very clean place.
yeah. Probably with reliable train service, and if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah, the Shinkansen, the bullet train. Ah, I wish to drive it one day. Get on it. Go from place to next. At top speeds around 130 miles per hour. Close to a fucking airplane on the ground.
Mr. O'Sullivan, I have great news for you. Thanks for their declining birth rate. You'll probably be able to immigrate there within the next decade.
Why do you say that? Because of the declining birth rate or something?
Yes, I said because of the... Are you dumb? Do
I'm a
you
little
not
dumb.
hear things?
I don't. I don't hear certain things good. And I'm barely literate.
Mr. O'Sullivan, I hope it's not a pressing subject, but what's with the scar on the face? What happened? I too have a
Don't
scar on my eye.
ask me about my scar on my face.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's very
shit.
rude of you.
Oh, fuck. We hit a
Got him
spot.
screaming, my God.
Yeah, we hit a
Mr.
spot. We hit a
O'Sullivan,
spot.
I'm sorry. I meant no offense.
It's
We hit a
all
spot,
right.
guys.
Tempers run hot for a moment there. I apologize for getting a little angry.
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
That whiskey do the work.
Yeah.
I have no backstory. Fuck.
God, now I'm more curious than ever about the scar.
Stop saying the word. Don't say
Sorry.
Just.
My favorite character in The Lion King was Scar. He was a good.
Don't. Oh, God.
Why are you bringing it up?
He was your favorite? You
Yeah, he was good.
psychopath?
Fucking, I love the villains of the stories. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm gonna keep it a secret. I'm gonna not tell anybody what it
Listen,
is.
here's what the job is. A bunch of economic stimulus has been occurring in the city. Various foreign and local governments are injecting all manner of cash into the city. Just like, pumping that occurs during a train, different kind of train. Anyways, all of that money needs to be transported to the various businesses. That is what Group 6 has been doing, moving money all throughout the city. We are signing on to do just that. Mr. O'Sullivan, for you, this is just very normal, good, honest work. But I do ask that all of us, take note of, any securities that might be exploitable so that we can shore them up for the Group 6 company.
That's right.
That's right. That's fucking right.
Fuck.
God, there's a lot of rented cars here.
A lot of employees. Hey, maybe we can take some rims. Sell that shit on the black market.
Is what we would say if we dealt in illicit activities.
Oh my God, we don't have uniforms. I feel like a fool.
That's correct. That is correct.
Is this a bank car? Is that what Group 6 is?
Guys up here. I think this is the guy dealing out the jobs. How you doing, sir?
Why does he look so suspicious? Like, I feel like we're doing something illicit, even though technically this is supposed to be an honest job.
No, this is actually Daniel Armstrong. Go ahead and talk to him, gentlemen. He'll
Hey,
tell
I
you what's
reckon
going
we
on.
haven't crossed paths yet. I'm Daniel. I'm in charge of Group 6.
What's going on there, boys? What can I do for you guys trying to get some work done today?
Hey,
looking for a little something.
I'm ready for a day of hard work.
I'll tell you what. You got a lot of money that needs to be moved, need it securely done. Need some strapping young folks like y'all to do that for us, okay? Can y'all do that?
Yes,
you
boss.
got big legs.
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead and get yourselves signed up and check that job app. Make sure y'all are, if you're working together, y'all are in a group together. Thanks so much.
All right,
Thank
then.
you. Thank you, sir.
Does anyone have a group that they've created?
No, but God, is it beautiful. I'm
I'll
staring
take care
at
of
it,
it.
and it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, the user face looks quite nice, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
How
I've never
about it?
been here before, but seems quite nice and modern.
You should see my group there, Mickey Sinclair.
Yeah, the user.
Holy shit, there's a lot of groups. All right, hold on a minute.
Your name is not coming up on mine, unfortunately.
Luciano DiCenzo, Anthony.
Oh, never mind. I found it.
We have more people in the group? I think it's only two people, right?
I believe you can only have 2 people.
I'll tell you what. Maybe me and our friend here can go in a group, and Tiny and Mickey can go in another one.
I like that. Mr. DiCenzo, take Mr. Sullivan for a ride.
Yeah, Sullivan.
Tony will roll with me.
All right. Are you going to start a group, or do you want me to?
I got one started up. Yeah, join up.
Mr.
Luciano
Sullivan,
DiCenzo.
does that work out for you?
All right.
Yeah, Mickey, that'll be just fine. Sounds like a good idea, split up, divide and conquer.
Oh, I agree.
That's
By the way,
you
Mr.
starting a
Sullivan,
family
how's
looking for Donnie?
Are the kids? Is Bobby staying out of trouble in school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's starting a
Get called to the
fucking
principal's
3-minute
office
ad
every
break
now and
avoiding
then, a
fee
little
at the
bit of
top of the
ruckus,
fucking
but,
hour, baby?
He's a good kid.
Yes,
Me, I
know.
mean.
Listen, Mr. Sullivan, I get to the work. No, sorry. Don't want to take up any more of your time.
Yeah, sure thing, Mickey. Come around anytime you want here, brother.
His name was Armstrong, by the way.
Yeah, is his name also Sullivan?
Yeah, I think you got Sullivan on the mind, sir. My name is Sullivan. That's Daniel Armstrong right there. That's boss man. Kind of odd for a millionaire to be doing a fucking delivery job, but I guess that's how you make the donuts, right?
I have investments in this company. I like to see what sorts of security systems they're running. Test it out on the ground myself. Think of it as like Elon Musk visiting the factories.
I don't know if Elon Musk actually does any work, but I'm trying to get the delivery vehicle now.
Whoa, gentlemen. We're not at that kind of level of delivery.
Yeah,
Start off with something simple like a van,
Are we separating then? We're getting in our own van then, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
That's
do
right.
2 and 2 here, Donnie. So
Seems like the trunk is closed.
All right, we gotta wait for this guy to give us another job real quick. See what the hell this is all about. I want you to keep an eye out for details, all right?
All right.
How many bags we get? How many locations and shit? Where we gotta drop things off?
Do I get this in
Luciano,
the job
sure you,
application?
make sure you put the ready for the jobs and do take notes. Like you were saying.
Yeah. We're ready to. Just,
oh, you know what? Lucha,
gotta get
quick
the job
word
off.
before you head out over here.
Sure.
Much like Elon Musk,
Find out
I
about that
am
skull,
doing an
all right?
honest job
I need to know.
because I
It's driving me
tried
crazy.
this video game one time and it required me to kill cops,
I need the
and I
D.
couldn't
can't
do it.
help it. It's been years without the D.
You know, I tried it, but I didn't like doing crime in this video game because it required shooting police officers, and I thought to myself, I wish a video game would allow me to do regular jobs.
Like lawnmower simulator.
Yeah, that's more
Even
my
Dad was on
speed.
there. Yeah. I got
You're an
2
interesting
employees,
one.
3 ride-on mowers. Forget about it. All right, don't even get me started.
All right, where
Tony
the
with me.
fuck is our van? Oh!
Oh God.
Oh, Luciano, I think that might be your van.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, time to
Oh, good.
head to the location to request a cash pickup, right?
Just gotta, activate the.
Wait, how do you fix it?
Gotta move it. Hey, help me push this, man. Help me fucking, man.
Wait,
Fucking
hold
push this
on.
over.
How do
You
I
got it.
flex my pushing muscle?
Hey,
Put your hands in and push.
just put your hands right on it, you know what I mean? There you go.
All right,
There you go.
there it is. There it is.
All right, here we go, gentlemen.
Come on.
Tom, please stop
Nothing
doing
goes
that.
strong
It's so
enough.
awful. What am I
shit.
doing?
Ah, shit.
All right. It's not
Good, right?
working. It seems so heavy.
Put all those muscles into work, man. Come on, you got this.
I am trying my very best here.
All right, there it is. There it is. There it is.
How
A little
do
bit more. A little bit more.
How do you do it? How do you fix it? I forgot. RP elitists in the chat, ignore them. No, I haven't done anything wrong.
And fuck. This thing's way too. Hey, you guys try moving your van. Try moving the van, guys.
I'm pushing from the back now.
Oh, is this one ours? What the fuck is going on? Alright, we're gonna go with the old method. Did you guys pull out your van already?
I don't think so.
Let's try flip it again.
Man, I see Donnie back there pushing like a son of a bitch. There you go. You gotta get it rocking first. You have to get it rocking a little bit.
Oh, I'm rocking it all right.
Might need a little horsepower here, boys. Yeah, let me just. Oh, okay.
We're trying to fix it, but I don't know how to fix it.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's almost there.
Also,
Yeah, might need a little bit more horsepower. Send it.
It's going. It's
Just
starting
do
to
it.
rock a little bit.
Do it.
Now just tip it from the top.
I know they
Sullivan,
call
you
me
gotta
Donnie. I know
from
I'm
the
gonna
top,
fix.
from the top,
I'm not gonna fix
Gotta slide
anything
around that
right
boot.
now. I think that there's an issue with the SFX during.
Do it.
Hit it with a goddamn car.
Do it.
Just hit it with a fucking car.
Do it. Do it.
Oh shit.
Oh sh. Do it.
Oh!
Oh shit, Mickey.
Hey.
And it fucking worked.
There we go.
Oh, maybe this is my car.
Oh,
Okay, let's see.
is that ours, Mickey?
Hey, you got a spider on your boot. You gotta jump a little bit for me,
I
Sullivan.
don't know. Gucci, maybe you try that. Maybe that's yours.
I think this is ours, yeah, because we pulled it out.
See, like, for those of you who never played RP, spider on your boot means, like, I'm bugging.
Luciano, go for about 10. Then we meet back here. Tell me what you find.
Okay.
All right, then.
All right, Sullivan, we got to be careful because we got word that there's people trying to, you know,
what, like
take the shit that we got in the back.
You mean like people that would like to take our money that we're delivering?
That is correct. That is correct. We got to be careful. So I need you, you know, keep an eye out, all right, in case anybody suspiciously comes up on us. You got a knife or something? You got a gun?
I don't have a weapon. No knife, no nothing. I've got a pocket hot dog. That's what I've got.
Yeah. Just
I'll
toss the
just
fucking hot dog at him.
I'll just talk our way out of it for now, I guess. Yeah.
I saw that kick that you gave that guy on the ground. Maybe use some of that, huh?
Right. Hold on. I think it's
This
because...
is stop right here. All right. We got to grab the bags from the inside of the vault. Let's go.
How you doing? How the heck are you, friend?
Well, come on now, huh? It's a two-man job.
All right, then. Let's do it.
Remember, show them the details. We got to figure out how the hell this is all working out.
You know, I never thought that I'd be walking into a bank and grabbing the bags in a legal manner, if you know what I mean.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Access. Hold on. How you doing, sir?
Hello.
I'll thank you for the bag. Can you grab the other bag from him?
Yes, I've got it.
Ah, okay. So we don't actually... Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful day, all right? Take it easy.
All right.
We don't actually go inside.
It doesn't seem like we went inside the vault, but also... Wait, hold on. I guess the application will refresh when we put the bags in the car.
Yeah, I think so.
Shoot a cop, rob a bank. Shoot a cop, rob a bank. All right. I can't open it. Seems like the trunk is closed.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, you have to open it from the front? That's crazy. Wow. Wonderful.
Yeah, that would fix it. That would fix it.
Right.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
Get back in the car.
All right, then. Just wanted to make sure that no one is grabbing anything while the trunk is open, you know?
That's the danger of it.
What's the what do you press over there to open the trunk of the car?
So this usually the cars these days got this little F button on it. First one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then you know, you can on the little panel there, you get the little indicators as to what door you want to open. You know what? Maybe you should drive. Why don't you drive? Go ahead. Test it out.
All right. Well, it's been a long time since I've driven anything, but I'll try my very best here.
Yeah, test out the doors and shit too.
Yeah, I don't even know if I went to Los Santos to get a driver's license, but all right. How do I start this thing?
Well, you first need the keys. Here's the key right there.
All right. Very nice.
And you know, the same you want to hit that F key right there on the panel. Oh no, I think you hit the other F key. You got to hit the F1 key right there.
I got it. Hold on. 1 second. 1 moment. All right.
Yep.
There
you go.
It is.
Boom, baby.
All right. It's just like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
much more difficult, it seems.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, listen. I know I was driving earlier, and you flew out of the car, but it was nothing personal.
Right, you were driving like a madman. I, on the other hand, am following the law, All right, well, come on then. Can you make a right turn on red lights in Los Santos?
Yeah, for sure. That's fine.
All right, good to know.
Let me ask you something.
All right, talk to me.
You a man that enjoys adrenaline? You like adrenaline?
Not particularly, but I do find myself in quite the pickle from time to time,
Okay.
Seems
what
like
kind of pickles we talking about?
Seems like odd things keep happening around me, despite my inability to stop it from happening. All right, it seems like we're here. Let me open the trunk real quick.
There you go. All right, this is where it gets dangerous. Keep an eye out.
That's not the right one. Oh.
There you go. Beautiful.
Did you say this is where it gets dangerous? Why would it get dangerous?
Because this is the spot where we put the money in the bank. Not that I would know, you know what I mean? It's just, this is where it gets tricky, is all. Keep an eye out, all right? In case anybody pounces on us. Listen,
right,
you gotta go to a gun store or something and find one of these babies.
Oh, is that a knife?
Yeah, stick it up somebody's fucking neck, the jugular right there.
I don't know. I don't know why you got paid.
Going on, fellas. Back it up. Grupo security coming in through.
All right, well, I guess we go downstairs to the vault, right?
I think so, yeah.
I do know my way around a knife. That's for sure. I know all about knife crime. What's going on, sir? This dapper man. I suspect we give our bags to you. Here it is.
There you go, partner. With my Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure thing. All right. Yeah, we got to go back to the car. Get payment later. Have a good day. Fuck. All right. Interesting. Okay, so it's a simple job. Pick up, deliver. You know what I mean? It's not too crazy. I thought it would be a little bit more intricate than that. Oh, my lovely wife. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you.
Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
I'm Donnie O'Sullivan.
Nice to meet you. Donnie.
Donnie and I here doing jobs for the Group A security, checking it out.
Oh,
what it's like.
That's right. Sucking the man's dick,
Oh, what?
Daily.
Are you sucking my husband's dick?
Whoa,
No,
hold on.
no,
Hold on, sweetheart. He did not mean that, you know what I mean? Whoa.
Okay. No, I meant like a saying. It's a term of reference, right? Like the man. We're working for the man.
Okay.
That's
fine.
We're
That's fine.
sucking on it like hard, you know what I mean? Like
I think I'm picking up on some
for.
of Mickey's mannerisms or something.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get the fuck out of here, right? We got a job to do. It's nice seeing you. All right. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Luciano.
Who's this?
Fiona.
That's Fiona.
Oh
Your
my
wife's
God.
sister.
What the? Oh, stepsister.
What kind of reaction is that? Yeah, this is your stepsis.
Oh, $66, Fifi.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just deposit my cash. Sorry, with
Nice to see you.
The world really is down bad. Jesus Christ,
Irish
$66. She likes Irish guys, by the way.
She had a lot of tattoos. Is she a part of the Yakuza?
Actually, maybe. She might actually fucking be. Back in the day, she used to carry around a samurai sword and shit. Who knows?
Ooh, I love samurai swords.
This is our car back here.
Wrong car.
No, it is the right car.
Is it?
I was able to turn it on, so it must be.
Oh shit.
You're slacking, old man.
I'm slacking. I'm slacking. All right. Good shit. Good shit.
All right then. Whoa! Almost got in a car accident with a nice Ferrari right there.
We gotta figure out a way to take out the competition. Eh? All these people doing these jobs, we gotta take them out. All of them. And then we get all the jobs. You know what I mean? They'll depend on us. Therefore, increase our salary. You know what I mean?
What do you mean take him out?
Bada bing, bada boom type of deal. You know what I'm talking about?
Like your wife? What do you mean?
No. Whoa. Hey, easy, all right? Holy shit. You're following the law, my ass. Jesus Christ.
All right, well, I'm getting used to driving around these parts, you know? I'm getting my bearings.
You get your bearings. You get your fucking bearings. I'm bearing on my fucking life right now. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, you got a pocket down there. You missed the turn. Back there.
Did I? I'm following the GPS, sir. And the GPS is telling me that this is the right way to go.
You might be right, Sullivan. I like it. You're following it by the book. You ain't no schmuck that don't know how to read. You know how to read. You're doing it by the book.
I believe this.
Except this time the book don't fucking work.
Wait, why is it? Are we in the wrong place?
Yeah. You gotta keep going straight and take a right.
All right then. I still don't know how to buckle my seatbelt, by the way.
Just the seatbelt's got a big B on it. Just gotta hit that. You know what I mean?
Oh, there it is. Nice. Thank you. All right.
All right, here we are.
Seems to me like there's a bunch of cars here, but should be all right. Okay.
Hey, good shit. All right. I think we just got paid.
All right. I don't even know how much money we made. Let's take a look there.
No idea.
Hold on now. Just the mail, documents. I don't know.
We're gonna have to go to a bank to see the latest transfers. But now we wait for Mickey.
Says I've got $550 in my bank balance. That's a pretty good amount, right?
Oh, it was $50. I think we just got $50.
50 fucking bucks.
Yeah,
We've been at it for an hour. We only made $50.
Yeah.
That's wage theft. That's unacceptable.
We gotta go big. We gotta make bigger things happen here. You hear?
How the fuck do we do that grime shit? I bet that pays a little bit more. No?
Crime deliveries? Let me ask you something here, Sullivan. Huh? When you grow up, I mean, you're already growing up, but, you know, when you're kids and shit, whenever you got kids, and they ask you what was your first job, you gonna tell them grime deliveries? Fuck no. How about, I don't know, selling heroin to kids on the streets? What about that, huh?
I feel like that's a significantly worse job than delivering packages, right?
Worse might mean good, my friend.
No, I think worse I feel like worse means it's worse. Like I feel like that's quite an awful legacy to leave around the world.
Eh? It's not what the narcos said. Drug money sells good. Gotta figure out where we get some of that, though.
I mean, I guess heroin is a type of delivery when you think about it.
Exactly.
If anything, delivering grime could prepare you for the grind set when you inevitably deliver heroin.
Oh, my man.
You can learn the tools of the trade from the grime fellas and then inevitably incorporate it to your delivery of poison if you want to, kill the children or whatever you want to give them.
Now we're talking, Sullivan. You see, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. You see, we find out what is needed for these jobs. And then, boom, we add a little Italian-Irish flair to it. You know what I mean? Bada bing, bada boom. Slancha.
I guess. I mean, if that's what you want to do, if you want to deliver heroin that badly, I guess we could do that.
First, we gotta find a
Italian
heroin.
way.
Yum, yum. Shit.
Hey, what's going on? Y'all over here for the damn job over here?
What's going on, partner?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all
we're doing
over here for the
deliveries
damn
and shit.
job. Alright, shit. Y'all need someone to tag along.
It's a two-man job, and there's two
It's
fellas
the
right
only
here.
two-man jobs? Fuck, I thought it was
Yeah.
a four-man thing. Fuck me.
No, no.
Alright.
2 guys, 1 truck. You know what I mean?
I get it. Y'all know any place a fella can go to get some work with some other folk? Because I can't find anyone work with over here.
Want to go flip some burgers? You can do so over by, what's it called? What's that place called? Fucking place called? Senor Bun.
I have no idea. I've only been in the city for like 3 hours now. I'm fresh off the boat.
Senor Buns, they're hiring, by the way. You can flip burgers
Senor
and
Buns
shit.
flipping goddamn burgers. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck is that accent?
Anything else you can think of?
Listen, if I could think of anything else, I wouldn't be here. Don't you think?
Okay.
I guess that's right. Fuck. All right. Well, best of luck to you.
Hey, you too, partner. Take it easy.
You think that guy knows where to buy heroin?
Probably not. Probably not. No.
All right, what the fuck do we do next then? You seem to have your bearings straight. You have a car and all. We're gonna do another one of these jobs or what?
Let's wait for Mickey to get back from his job, and then we'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah. In the meantime,
we finished ours much faster than he did, huh?
Yeah. Come to my office.
Your office? What do you mean?
That is good. There you go.
How do I do the arm thing?
There you go, partner. Smoke a cigarette. Seem like you're stressed.
Right. Big fan of cigarettes. They're very cool. I love to smoke.
Good, good. Smoke it away. Smoke it away. Here we go. God, it's been a long day of work. My God, that shift was terrible.
Wrong emo.
Where the hell are these guys?
I have no idea. You want to give him a call? I've got no one's phone numbers.
Shit, maybe we should sort that out first too.
Also, I do have a lot of body pain, so I feel as though I'm gonna need to eventually get some band-aids, you know?
Yeah, let's go to the hospital because I'm feeling the same. Yeah. Let's wait for these guys and then we'll go to the hospital because I gotta get checked up too.
Right.
Give me a number. What's
I have no idea. Let me take a look. Hold on.
Top left. You see a number. Phone number.
What'd you find out?
Right. Okay, it's my
Hey,
phone
guys.
number is 420. Nice.
Nice.
You know, like the
nice.
weed, like the funny weed number. 7826008.
Got it.
There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna text you.
You can take that too, Mickey, if you'd like.
Take what?
My phone number. The fuck do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you buy me 2 drinks at the bar and slap me on the butt? Because if not, I don't want your fucking number.
I thought that this was more of a professional relationship, you know?
It is.
Something that we move into maybe later. Who knows?
If I need your number, I'll get it from Mr. DiCenzo. How'd he do?
Oh, he did good. I had him drive, figure out the, the inner workings of a car and shit. He did good, though. Kept an eye out, looked both ways when he crossed the street. He's a good egg.
It is Blau, yes.
What did you find out?
Well, we found out that upon grabbing the bags, you don't actually enter the vault. There's a security guard already in there, Well, that's the first thing. Second thing is when you drop them off, there's this suit that you give the bags to. You also don't go inside. So it's a simple pickup and drop-off job. From what I understand, there's different pickup locations, though, different banks. So, drop-off spot is the same as Bay City is the main vault of the city. Pickup spot, though, that's different. Could be any other bank in the city.
Oh, very curious indeed.
Yeah. Did you guys do a job?
We did.
Yes. Oh, also on that note, Luciano. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy.
Yeah, that was the guy.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he helped us carry bags, and it was very awkward.
Well, he
no.
didn't get... What?
What are they
that
doing?
was this. Oh my god.
That was definitely the guy. I thought he was going to take those bags, which honestly was a fair play.
What do you... I'm a little confused about what you fellas are talking about here. You have a relationship with this guy. Who's the guy?
Nothing. He was just,
old friend.
let's just say he did a poor job at securing his bags earlier today. Rumor got around through the Group 6 work chats,
Okay, well, let me tell you something. This honest day of work thing is probably not going to work out. It's $50 we made. I would much rather, deliver the bags somewhere else. To my pockets, if I will.
I told you it was a good egg.
There he is.
My man.
Right.
That's fucking O'Sullivan right there.
Well, this guy was talking about delivering heroin, but to children specifically, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, that's some real funny shit, yeah?
It's a saying. It's an old saying. It's an old saying anyways.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you, huh? You
Oh,
fucking
shit.
FIB?
Whoa, 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 hey, calm down now.
CIA?
What's going on, Sullivan? What's going on?
I knew a fucking Doug Buck from CIA, and I ain't fucking
Watch
dealing
out.
with that shit anymore.
Watch out! I got a phone on me. I'll take
What are you taking a picture for?
Oh my!
What are you taking a picture for?
Oh no! Oh, it's just
Hey, you wanna
I'm
fucking
doing
steal
it
money
for
like that, huh?
for
Who the
protection.
fuck are you
know.
working for, huh?
He's taking pictures. He's
No,
putting it
it's
all
just-
on TikTok.
Oh my!
Just-
Put that fucking phone away.
All right, I'm sorry. Here, I'll stretch a little bit. I apologize.
The fuck are you doing?
I don't know. Stretching is better.
Not a good idea to do
Yes,
yoga
I'm
right now,
sorry.
Sullivan.
I'm sorry.
What in the?
Yeah, he's a good
You're
egg.
a
I
fucking
told you.
psychopath.
I told you.
You're a
He's
fucking
got wild
psychopath.
card energy. He's got tricks under his sleeves. I gotta tell you
that's
that.
right. A little yoga always ends up changing the outcome of the situation. It diffuse the tension a little bit. Apology yoga.
I'm so confused, but I'm also impressed at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I didn't.
He stopped you in your tracks, Mickey. I mean, you got to give him that.
I think I'm gonna.
Is there like an analogy of this from your Japanese video game? Is there something?
Yoga is not Japanese, sir. I'm the illiterate one here. What the fuck? Yoga's just yoga.
No, I'm saying, is there an analogy here from your Japanese video game? You always pull from that.
No, I just like stretching.
Oh.
Security, girl, security.
What the fuck?
Right, very good. Doesn't that feel good?
Sorry, just had to get a little stretch out. Anyways, let's not talk about this here. Let's get somewhere else.
Get out of here,
Discuss
boys.
Other ways to.
Yep.
We
need to go to the hospital.
Right.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Yeah.
When you go to a hospital, what happened?
I do need to go to a hospital. Desperately.
I'm disbanding that group so that we don't get any notification. Yeah.
God, I fucking miss roleplay so much. Jesus Christ. It sucks.
$50 fucking.
Yeah. Fuck. Uchi, how do we get into the fucking bags?
We need to figure that out, man.
We gotta figure that out.
There's gotta be. What about the pawn shop? What if we go to the pawn shop or cash exchange? Hey, maybe there's something there.
I went into the pawn shop and talked to the guy. He was on his lunch break and was very testy about me interrupting him. But he seemed to discuss with me about what kind of reputation I got with him. Seems like once you get to know this guy a little bit, it'll warm up to you. You know what I mean? Maybe these bags are the perfect way to do that.
Fuck you talking about warm up? What are you gonna give him a blowjob or something? Go give him a blowjob, Tiny.
I'll do what I gotta do to sell these bags. I'll be honest with you.
Suck him off.
Beautiful soft lips.
Is the hospital? Oh, it's the fire station. Where's the hospital, guys?
I don't know where the fucking hospital is.
I think it's to the right here. Yeah, you make a right.
Oh, that's the old hospital, right?
Yeah, that's the south side one. Yeah, right there, big building.
The new mechanics will make for interesting RP scenarios. I don't know what the new mechanics are.
Shit.
The car's
Zero to
trash
hospital.
because
What the fuck happened?
It's first day. Server just started. Nobody
I
has
think we
money.
all
Nobody has
got
nothing.
hit a little bit, and Sullivan's feeling a little pain in
Right.
his
Yes.
limbs.
I remember I flew out of the car on accident.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Just reflex for me.
You guys head to the hospital. I'm gonna stay at the car. I gotta just.
Whoa! No! You all right?
No.
This is a car on fire. What the fuck? Hello.
Hello.
How do I get medical assistance? I am in dire need.
There are doctors in the ER. You go in, you go to your right, and keep going, and you'll find the doctors in the ER.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Good,
All right, 2 bandages will do, I think.
Right? Hey, let's go get you checked out with the doctor first. They might be more efficient instead of the bandages.
All right.
Yeah, this way, this way. Place is looking good. 5 years ago, this place was
$40
different.
for one fucking bandage. What the hell is this economy?
Yeah.
Out
I need
of
a
control.
doctor. Doctor.
Hello.
I've forgotten what the person said.
Hello. All right. Well, I
right here, this
probably
way, this
shouldn't
way.
be in the fucking staff area, right?
Sullivan, over here. You guys are going in the staff area.
I was
Sorry.
simply perusing.
Just perusing it. All right, yeah.
Right. Trying to see if there's a doctor in the staff area, you know?
Sure.
I would suspect that the
Oh my God!
Take him to the bed. Come on, take him
Oh
to the bed.
wow, there's a lot of death here.
What happened?
Hey.
We had a car accident.
Hey, talk to you for a quick sec, pal.
Excuse me.
What can I do you for?
He's looking over. These guys over here. Do you know these fuckers? Right here?
Sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, real
Oh,
assholes.
my
These are the
God.
guys we,
Yeah, so they just tried to corner me, and they're like talking all this
Oh, I need
shit,
you
like,
to
apparently I
adjust yourself a little bit in the bed so I can.
robbed some shit. Then they seen you and ducked down. So
Yeah.
Weren't those the guys that
Yeah.
we beat the asses of earlier?
Yeah, those were the
yeah,
ones.
well, I
That's
was
right.
about to, but you know there was 3 of them, 1 of me, pal.
I got you.
Yeah, but you built like you got fucking 5 of you inside of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but you know how it is, pal. They don't, you know, people don't really think that way.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
All right, so there's only one doctor for this
Well,
whole
I don't
hospital
know.
right
I guess
now.
I'm staying in here for the second.
Yeah, stay in here
maybe,
for now.
I guess you get the pick of the beds, Sullivan.
Should we get the pick of the beds?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a favorite? Is there one in mind that you got done?
Hold on, let me see if this guy's a doctor.
Guy's definitely not a doctor.
Not a doctor, right?
No, bro.
Hey, we need an EMS over here, please. Doctor.
I'm coming.
How you doing, partner?
I got it, Pixie. I got it.
It's for us. It's for us right here. It's we just need you to look at us real quick.
I'm just gonna sleep here. I'm not hurt.
You're not hurt.
Smoking a cigarette.
I'm just taking a little nap.
Yeah, I got a cigarette in my mouth. I got an oral fixation. Do you see any smoke coming out of my fucking mouth right now?
Oh, take it easy, pal. Jesus
I feel
Christ.
like that's not exactly representing a quality, healthy lifestyle, is it?
No, it's not. Cigarettes are cool, and smoking is cool, and everybody should do it.
Well, I do agree with that. I do. It's just, you're a doctor, I think, right?
Right.
It was kind of.
I don't see what your point is. As a doctor, am I not allowed to smoke? Am I not allowed to smoke cigarettes?
I mean, can we smoke inside the hospital?
I'm not smoking inside the hospital. I said, do you see any smoke coming out of my mouth?
Well, you're right. There isn't a smoke coming out of your mouth. Anyway, doctor, I'm in pain. Can I get help?
Yes, you can. After I look at Santa.
I'm trying to get a fucking night's sleep. You guys are so fuck. You're not getting any presents.
Merry fuckmas.
Bye, Santa.
Okay.
What happened to you, my man? You look a little fucked up.
Not as jelly as he used to be,
Why-
Bell?
I fell out of a car.
You fell out of... Yeah, all right. That seems to be pretty common.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I tried to buckle my seatbelt, and I ended up accidentally opening the door.
Oh.
Yeah, that was rough. Yep.
Man was going quite fast, too.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to see what I can do for you here. Let's see. You might have a little bit of a hairline fracture here on your chest, okay?
All right. What does that mean?
It means I'm going to need to wrap a set of compression bandages around your chest. It's going to hold your shit in place so the bones can heal properly, okay?
All right. Okay, whatever you say, doctor.
It is whatever I say.
Yes, smoking is cool, and I have a great hairline, is what you said.
It's okay. It's definitely a lifestyle choice that you're making, a look you're trying to cultivate, and I can't disrespect that. That you're doing your thing.
Can I get some of the good drugs?
No. But I can give you some bandages for the road.
A little bit of Oxycontin.
No, we don't have any Oxycontin.
That's not... Is that what I sound like to you?
Yeah, was he just trying to copy you?
Sorry. No, that's not what
that's a British accent, isn't it?
Kind
of like that.
Oxycontin. Oxycontin.
It's all right. I'll have you know I'm Irish and not British, all right?
All right, here, take those.
Anyway, thank you for the bandages.
Yeah, no worries, my man.
Doctor.
All right, y'all get out there and stay safe. Quit getting so fucking hurt all the time.
I believe he needs... Do you need medical assistance too, my friend?
Yeah, do you need to be looked at?
Listen, I have a question. Are you guys knocking tooths out of some people?
All right, let me take a look at you.
Teeth.
Why?
You're
Is there a
knocking
tooth?
teeth
Is there a tooth that needs to be knocked out?
No, I'm trying to find the guy's tooth, and he said he keeps running into some Italians, and
I think you're okay.
I'm good.
Well, Mom, I'll have you
Thanks
know,
for bandages too, though.
I am not Italian.
yeah, but this one over here on my right is. I know that for a fact.
I feel like this is a little bit of a stereotyping because you think he's Italian, he's a violent man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I
no
know
worries.
who he is.
Hey, listen, I'm Italian, but I'm a good guy. You know what I mean?
Hi. This is Pixie.
I wouldn't know anything
Hello.
about.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Pixie.
Hi. Yeah.
What about us two?
What the fuck you doing?
Gosh.
Fuck that guy.
You beat the shit out of some people.
Fuck that guy.
Right. Yeah. My weed connect. Okay.
Oh, he's your weed guy.
This guy, Spiro, huh?
Yeah, I saw him earlier.
I have to keep patching him back up too.
Can you get me some weed and you tell him that I'll back off?
Maybe. Next time he comes in.
How do you put the hands
Tell
around your
him that I'm
arm?
looking for him, all right? And then only if he gives you more weed,
He called you soft?
than he regularly does, then I'll back off and you give me a little bit of that.
Is it
Right,
weight?
well, also, you gotta make sure that Joe has some time for me. All right.
I'll make sure Joe
damn
Joe
it.
has some time for
God damn it.
Sure. I got
know
you.
how
All
hard
right.
he works for you, all right?
Yeah. It's good seeing you,
Like,
Pixie.
give me like a half hour or something. Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna find that
Right?
guy. I'm gonna break his fucking neck in two. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'll patch him back up.
Donnie, I missed you.
All right,
My name is
all right.
Donnie, not
Behave
Donnie.
yourselves.
One N.
We'll do.
All right.
Good seeing you. Come on, boys. Let's get out of here.
Hello, I need a doctor, please. Doctors.
No, it's fine. It's my job.
Hey, what happened to you? He was around earlier.
Sound like you love
He'll be
your
around
job.
tomorrow.
Well, we went
to
Mexico.
You know that
I was looking for a Gruber.
Yeah. He's gonna be happy that that you're around.
Funny. I know. I'm trying.
I've already
trying so
texted him.
hard.
I was
But he
waiting for him
speaks
to
an
show
Italian
up.
accent, so it's
Oh,
hard.
shit. Hey,
All right.
give me a text as well. I'm in the yellow pages.
All right, I will.
Take it easy.
You guys' text service working right now?
Nah, that shit's been scrambled all day.
Figured. The cell tower's been hit or something.
Yeah.
You sleep with the Irish, Italian, and Aussie somehow?
Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Have a great day.
Yeah. You as well.
Where the fuck is
So
Blau?
why were these guys cornering you? Like, what do they want from you?
I got zero idea. They just kept saying that I apparently robbed some lady, but that's not even me, not even my MO.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but they're nowhere to be seen now, pal.
Man, looks like you're good to go.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did Mickey go?
Yeah, no idea. Mickey!
You guys stay safe.
So,
Oh God! I hope
they could have taken him.
They definitely could have.
Exploded. Chad, don't minus one things when he's clearly muted. Yeah. I'm a professional, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh shit, somebody must have gotten blasted in that truck to the left. I don't see him, guys.
Might have gone to sleep or something.
He said he was taking a quick little nap. But he gets tired a lot.
Minus
Holy
one means
shit, what's that on the
you're
right?
like doing
Coupe
bad
truck.
RP. It's like a joking
The
way of saying you
Ram
fucked
truck
up
is
an
being
RP.
stopped.
Oh shit.
And then plus one means you're doing good RP.
I'm gonna pee in this
So stupid, I
sprunk
thought these
bottle
were
back
complete
here,
randos
right?
and was
Nobody
dying.
look.
No,
all right?
only
no rearview
Blau
mirror, no
is
nothing.
the other people I don't know, but I do know Blau.
Got a
And I
small
just
dick
kind of
back
lucked
there, then.
out.
Hey, all right, hold on. Very girthy.
Do grime.
That's a good one.
All right, so I'm looking at this, and we got news reporter, trucking, tow trucking, lumberjack, and sanitation worker as all the available jobs, you know?
Lumberjacking ain't too good. Fuck. Who pays?
What the
Not
fuck
who
happened
pays.
back here? You got cops already arresting a man in a grime truck.
Yep. Wonder what kind of shit he did. What'd you say the options were again? Lumberjack,
fucking
Rupe?
moron. That's probably what he did. You know, not following the fucking law.
Yep. Garbage depot. Let's laundromat out. Let's start laundering whatever's in those bags. What do you think is in those bags? Bonds? Marked bills?
In the bags from the bank.
Yeah.
I would suspect that they have, it's cash, right?
Yeah, probably marked bills.
Cold, hard cash.
Check out this laundromat. See what we could do. Holy shit. Electric charging stations. First time I see those.
All right. There's video games here, just like Yakuza. Right. Can't play for some reason though. All right. Here. Hello. Oh. I guess we can pick up bags here. Some
Interesting.
kind of.
The fuck's in here? Who's this woman?
It doesn't.
She's
It
asking for
doesn't seem to
bags.
be on the available
Wait,
jobs.
no,
so
she's
maybe.
giving bags.
It doesn't seem to be on the available jobs list. So I would suspect that it might be. Maybe for something different. You know.
I wonder if she's got bags for the Group 6 people. You know?
I doubt it. Why would, I thought that Group 6 only picked up bags from one bank and brought it to the big bank, you know?
Oh, we had, oddly enough, we had a pickup spot at like a warehouse.
Oh, maybe
You
you're
know,
right then. I
It
thought,
could be, but it's strange, right? What about this guy? What's he doing?
what's going on, sir? Not the talkative fella. All right.
He ain't talkative?
Are those EV chargers? Look at that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, really wash your
Wow,
clothes,
what a modern city this is, right?
Yeah.
Electric vehicles and all.
Oh shit, okay.
It's fucking nice. I've never seen that
That's
before.
actually really interesting.
Jesus. They've got to have more of those scattered around the city. This can't be the only spot. Nah, it'd be too obvious if she grabs one of those bags.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Any smart businessman would be at least in an alleyway somewhere, Doc. You know what I mean?
Right,
Something like
right.
that, or in a frontage store that's a little more subtle.
I feel like I'm picking up what you're putting down, you know?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, the sister.
By the way, we should probably check in with Eve at some point about the status of those, that thing.
Eve was with Fiona, so seems like it's all sorted out.
They're probably all sorted.
There's a lot of
You know what
this
I wanna
early
check out,
on
actually?
when
Hold on.
you're supposed to try and figure out what's going on in the city because like they hide